Yeah, they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah, I had to elevate. I'm way up, way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down. No, got a soul view to myself. Yeah, why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation. Now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far to myself. Yeah. I had to prove to everybody else. I had to set them straight. Yeah, I had to ball, so I had to renovate. I know they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate.
I got two channels. I don't know what's going on.
You hear me now, right?
Hold on. I got two of these up. All right, there we go.
Mic check. Am I good?
Yeah, you sound good. You good. Loud and clear.
I'm clear.
Yeah. Definitely can hear you. You know what I mean?
Big Sarge in the building. Salute.
Yeah.
I know we got people creeping in. Yeah, I decided to sit here and hug this corner a little bit in my living room. Got some things going on in the studio that I'm upgrading, updating, getting together.
Right.
And I figured I'll come and chill out here in my living room, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come and kick in the corner, whatever have you. How's everybody doing in the building tonight? Let's get this music together. I'm working off my laptop. You see the camera? Boom.
Oh.
Boom, 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 boom.
Cheer, Orlando.
How about this? Look, it's temporary, T. Orlando. It's temporary, man.
It's funny.
It's just for today, man. It's just for today.
Funny
we building, though. Great night of fights last night. You know what I mean? Stayed up all night long. You know, I might comment on that a little bit just to say that the events was kind of lengthy. But a great night of fights, man. Just Turkey just showing out and showing how he can, how he can pack them all in the building if he has to. Shout out to Fonz in the building. Great night of boxing. Turkey is with the way or all the way. I don't know. I agree, man. Orlando Crawford 8-4 is wild. Buddies.
What was goofy about it? He ain't gonna come up here and say nothing. He just be talking.
Yeah, he's just trying to stir it up. He's just trying to stir it up. People are gonna, and we're gonna talk about all that. Obviously, you know what I mean. I've been sitting back. I tapped into a couple of content creation spaces just to see. You know what I mean. I ain't tapped into a lot. I say probably like 2. I get it, but I don't. Hall of Fame, yeah, everybody's upset. Everybody wants to make the rules, and they wanna say who goes in, who goes out. They don't like this, they don't like that. They want to get tribalistic. They want to own the process. They want to say people OD here. Mazuma TV in the building. Salute.
Yes, Mazuma.
They want to criticize the event in every single way possible. But at the same time, without celebrating the actual competitiveness of the card, of all the fights that were on there, all the moments, it's way more positive than negative. Is it all perfect? No, but ultimately the haters gonna hate, man. It's in your blood. It's conditioned in a lot of you guys. Let's be honest. There's a lot of conditioned hate in your blood, and the celebration. you reserve that for your favorite fighter or your favorite, you know what I'm saying, your favorite situation, whatever it is. But it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, as for us over here, we love boxing. You know what I'm saying? And we're watching boxing, and there was great boxing going on last night on that card. The event was an epic event. It was crazy. Fireworks, concert, announcements, great fights, upsets, competitive boxing. I mean, you go down the list. And it was just so many things to go on. No, to Orlando, I didn't say that was good. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The fight was late. You know what I mean? The main event didn't go up till like 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, there's things to complain about, but what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Am I here to complain and whine and cry about what time it started, or were there a bunch of fights on the card? You know what I'm saying, that I can't wait to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Is that what it is? You know what I'm saying?
On the strength of that, you got to remember they're West Coast, so that time frame was 10 o'clock.
It don't matter. You guys will find a reason to get chatty patty, man. You guys will find a reason to do it. It doesn't matter. It would have been, if it ain't one thing, it'd be another thing. But the fights on the card were epic, man. Shout out to everybody who was here in the live last night. We had a great time. I was so tired yesterday. Excuse me if I was dozing off at points in time. It was a late night fight. I've been up since 4:30 that morning. Not trying to make excuses, but I know I could have been looking weird up there sometime. You know what I'm saying? Orlando, 75% of the country is East Coast. All right, then. You know what, Orlando? You're right, man. What a trashy ass card, bro. What the hell was that last night, bro?
You know what
a complete mockery. Hold on, let me help Orlando out. Let me help him out. It was a travesty of an event last night. What a travesty of boxing. Horrible fights. What does this dude Turkey think he's doing? Then they try to put him in the damn Hall of Fame. The event was way too damn late. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing. They're ruining boxing. Completely ruining boxing. I'm tired of this nonsense, man. And plus, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't black, it's whack. We all know that. PBC all the way to the roof, even though they went ahead and put 3 of their fighters on the card. They just showing Turkey some love. There was a pity party for Turkey last night, and whoop-de-whoop and wop-de-wop and bop-bop-bop and pop-pop-pop. Okay, we got that out the way. Can we get back to some boxing? All right. Salute to J Pitt City with the color in the chat. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to the guys. Great watch party last night. Great card. Word is bond. Shout out to Rakim. You know what I mean? Great.
Finally, Claymore.
Yeah, I knew.
That's what he wants. Listen, he wanted. He on the wrong side of the streets, but he trolling. Now that's why I said don't even listen to him. He just trolling. He trying to get.
Nah, we having a good time. Having a good time. Let me see it. Finally, from the prelims to the main event, only fight I didn't like was Andy Miller. And right, and if I'm gonna tell you the truth, for you to say Andy Miller was the worst fight on the card, that speaks so highly of the card.
Right.
Because I agree with you, by the way. That probably was the worst fight on the card. But that puts perspective on what an epic card it was that night. So much to talk about, man. So much to talk about, without a doubt. We're going to build on all of that, man. Salute to Legacy, the fine mindset, man. Great fight card. Thank you. We got to admit it, man. So let's celebrate. Do that first before we do a bunch of other stuff, right? Let's do that first before we get into a whole bunch of other conversations. I think there's a lot of content creation spaces that already done highlighted every negative aspect of that card. So I don't think you guys need to update on that. I'm sure you guys know anything that happened with that card. I'm sure you guys know by now, right? You got a good explanation on that. So let's actually talk about the card. Let's start at the top. I don't know, Ray popped out right quick, but whether he's still there or not. Let's start over the top of the card. Now, I mean, I'm going to start from the main card. But shout out, honorable mention. Shout out to Steve Nelson last night, who had a great fight last night. Was the second fight, or you could say the main event of the prelim, or the second fight on the prelim card. Had a great performance. Stopped. I can't remember who he was fighting. I can't lie to you, man. But a great fight, man. Put his punches together. Really had some great head movement. Really just dissected and broke that dude down very quickly and got him out of there. But let's start on the main card. Ray, you there? I'm not sure Ray's there. Country Q said I was there. It was fire, no doubt. Country Q. I had some a couple of friends that was there as well that were tapping in with us, and we saw it, man. It was an epic event. You know what I mean? Salute to Hood Rich in the building. King, salute, King, salute, 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 salute. It was an epic event, man. Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right. Let me I'm working from my laptop today.
All I'm gonna do is say drop it, right?
Pause. Let me see. It was literally flying.
I say like it's hot, Frank.
It was an epic event, man. Let me see here. Madrimov foot feigning himself away from victory. He didn't let his hands go. Exactly, but you got to give credit. You got to give credit to the way Terrence was carrying it. That really neutralized him and had him. That was a lack of experience on Madrimov's part last night. What you saw, he really showed. Madrimov last night to me really shedded light. Hold on a second. Madrimov, in my opinion, the performance he gave last night really celebrated his amateur background, his amateur experience. Those 350 plus fights he had last night just make such a difference. And when you start to think about, when you look at Lomachenko, for example, or you look at Andy Cruz, and you see how they're moving these guys so fast through the ranks, trying to get them in championship fights, and you want to be like, these guys like prospects, and not really acknowledging that extensive amateur background that they come with, and understand how valuable that is and how that translates into the professional space. Then you see somebody like Ismail Madrimov last night put on a performance like that, giving Bud consistent and constant different looks, giving Bud a real complicated mathematical equation that he had to figure out. You see how much that amateur experience holds weight, right? We all understand and see that now. It puts it in perspective. And once again, shining a lot of light on them Eastern Europeans. I've been giving them the praises and celebrating those guys all year long, and it's because they've really been showing improvement. The Eastern European style really translates into issues for a lot of fighters. To be honest with you, especially a lot of the slick black fighters. You know what I mean? The slick black fighters are having to really, get around the tricks and get more into the fundamentals like Bud did last night. Last night, Bud really had to get back into the fundamentals. You know what? I'm gonna keep my hands up. I'm gonna work behind my jab. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna change levels on this guy. I'm gonna constantly give him different looks, make sure I control the center of the ring. All those things. You know what I mean? We're coming together.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming together last night. We got this. We're gonna talk about it all, man. We're gonna start from the first fight of the night on the main card, which was an epic fight. You know what I mean? Shout out to Andy Cruz last night. Andy Cruz had a great performance last night against Antonio Moran. This was a big fight for Andy Cruz. It was a fight on a Riyadh season card, which is always a big fight. And it was also going to speak towards where Andy Cruz was going to go next in his career. They were really looking to get a stoppage in this fight. We knew that going to the fight, him and Bozy Ennis were looking to. Oh, shout out to my guy, Mazuma TV in the building. Salute, King.
Yo, what's going on, my brother?
What's up? What
I'm
up?
doing good, family. How you, man?
I'm maintaining, bro. I just got off my own live, but I got a lot of free time, so I'm like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, let's build, man. Yeah, we starting off with with what I have on the screen right now. Andy Cruz last night. You know what I mean? Coming out of Bozy Ennis' gym. They went into this event. Everybody was looking to see Andy Cruz, get that stoppage, get that dominating performance, move up. They want to get him in the conversation, get him in the title contention in the early parts of 2025. That's what Eddie Hearns has planned, and that's what he wants to get done. But they needed this performance to really be kind of like a statement performance. You know what I mean? And going into it, we already saw Antonio Moran was like bigger than Andy Cruz. You saw even more in there when the ring was like, damn, there's really a size difference in here. But Andy Cruz was really able to show like the size difference didn't make much of a difference. He was actually walking down Antonio Moran at times, standing his ground, sitting on his punches, and wondering if he was going to be a pillow-fisted dude. You know what I mean? But Bozy Ennis is showing that, listen, man, I could produce these dudes. You give me the talent, and I can turn that talent into what you seen last night. What you guys think of that fight between Andy Cruz and Antonio Moran last night?
Go ahead, Ray.
Oh, well, here's y'all. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down the way I said it when we was on the live on Tuesday. I believe we did fight coverage on Tuesday, and I remember saying Andy Cruz is going to see one of the toughest matches he has. He has stepped into the realm of fire. This is an experienced fighter that's going to give him some trouble. He's going to have to overcome some adversity, and he has a very good chance of taking the L here. And we'll see how he moves and adjusts with these things, if he's really the prodigy as they expect him to be. He showed improved. A lot of people they called it him getting clipped. The way it was, the way I seen it, is that he was stepping out. He got a nice little jab, and it looked like he stumbled because he was just moving. Because I watched his eyes after that little clip, and his eyes was on him like, "Yo, you're not going to come running down on me and keep hitting me." So he was like moving. He was slipping. Eyes were focused. Didn't look like he was spaghetti legs or anything like that. He just looked like he took that shot on the chin, and it was what it was. As far as him being one of the top, he showed that he definitely can brawl with some of the top fighters, and I think that I don't think he's ready for certain fighters in the division, but I like the little Shakur acclimate at the end. That was pretty cool, saying like, "Yo, I'm not ducking no smoke," you know what I mean, and keeping it like that. That was pretty dope.
No doubt. What's on? Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good performance, man. What really impressed me more than anything is how much he's drastically changed in just 4 fights, man. Obviously, he's always been a talented fighter. He had like the amateur style down pat, but Bozy had a little bit of a quest on his hands, I guess you would say, with changing his whole style up. Not changing too much exactly. You want to keep the athleticism, you want to keep the rhythm and stuff like that, but in terms of him making him like a professional fighter where he's sitting down on his punches and taking his time and just being more patient, within his style. I think that Bozy Ennis did an amazing job with that, man. I've been knowing about Bozy for years. You know what I mean? He's been a legend in Philadelphia for longer than I've been alive, in all honesty. So the fact that this man is getting the praise that he's getting now is very well deserved. You feel what I mean? But in terms of the performance against Moran, I mean, of course, people are going to have their criticisms, man. Nowadays, if anybody gets hit with a shot, there's everybody jumping out the woodworks talking about how they got exposed. And no, the reality of the situation is this. Andy Cruz showed that he could, his mind wasn't deterred from the shot. He was able to continuously, go about his game plan, and he was able to get the stoppage, man. It's really that simple. A lot of things, the most detailed breakdown or anything like that. Look, he came, he saw, he conquered. He went in there against Antonio Moran, who's been around the block multiple times, an experienced vet, and he showed out. So now it's like you got to just continue building this kid, man. You got to keep building him up, keep giving him meaningful fights that'll continue to help him grow as a fighter, and he'll move on from there. But he has a shit ton of potential. The longer that they give this man to develop, the more of a problem he's going to be in the division. And, I think he's the goods, man. The way that he's developed from his first to his 4th fight is absolutely amazing. And you got to give Andy Cruz his ability to be coachable a lot of credit. Then you got to give Bozy a lot of credit too, because he's the man that's working the magic behind the scenes.
100%. Shout out to Bozy.
Yo, am I giving y'all feedback on my background or no?
Yeah, we can hear what's going on. We can hear what's going on in the background. Like when you're quiet, I can hear whatever's going on in the background. So,
yeah, I'm driving. I had some nonsense happen to me today, man.
All right, hold on a second, though. Let Mark finish building right quick.
My fault, bro. Go ahead, my bad.
No, I finished up. Clay.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Here for boxing. Yeah.
Yo, I left LA at 6 this morning, right? I got my flight from LA to Charlotte. Then I had a layover in Charlotte. It's gonna fly back to Newark. I guess the weather up in New York is crazy, so they canceled my flight. Bro, I had to get a rental car. I'm driving from North Carolina from Charlotte to Newark right now, man. Just because I ain't feel like staying in Charlotte tonight.
Wow,
It's been a logistical nightmare, man.
At least you got the option.
Fumes. Yeah, fortunate enough to be able to do it, but goddamn, bro, because there's a lot of people stranded in Charlotte right now.
Yeah,
but yeah, how did y'all like the fight last night? Like the whole card? Like, do y'all think it lived up to the bill? Like,
I thought it was epic. I thought it was a little long-winded, but I mean, yeah. I'm speaking on the behalf of casual fans who don't like boxing that much. Because for me personally, I watched it. It was just a little late. I mean, I was a little tired. I just
Yeah,
worked yesterday all day long, and getting into it. But listen, man, the fights lived up to expectation. The card lived up to expectation. There was
what?
upsets. There was announcements. There was a concert. There was competitive fights. There was, everything you could ask for in the card, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. Me and my boy talked about that yesterday. Like the production itself, that was probably the best production I've ever seen at a boxing match. Just as far as like
Right.
the fanfare type stuff, like the stage, the fireworks, the rising platform and all that different stuff. Like that shit was nice. Like it was a good time. What time
No
did the
doubt,
main
no
event?
doubt,
What
man.
time did the main event start on the East Coast? Like
It was
Terrence
like
Crawford.
one
What
in the
time did they
morning.
work? That's too long. And I said it was
Right.
too much time between Eminem performing and then Bud coming out. Like, well, not even that. From Pitbull's fight up to Bud's, like that was over an hour. You can't have the people sitting that long
Right.
with
Right.
waiting for that to happen. But I do think that that's something that they can fix. Like that's an easy fix. Like, and I'm sure they'll
100%,
discuss
man.
that. I'm sure they'll discuss that, and that'll be they'll work that kink out pretty soon. It'll be a flawless production, man.
Yeah, I think we had an issue with the gloves, and I think that might have delayed it a little bit on the fight side. But
Yeah, so
it's
I didn't see all that because I was there obviously, so I didn't get to see all the stuff going on with the telecast, like the televised portion of it. I didn't get to see all
yeah.
like what they was talking about until today. I saw it like an hour ago that Buzz said there was an issue with Madrimov's gloves or something like that.
Oh,
So
Yeah, there was
Magic.
there was some there was issues with Madrimov's
was there
gloves. There were issues with his gloves.
Yeah.
Salute to Andrew Charles with putting color in the chat, man. Salute, King.
was there
The
any fight
matchups were
that y'all
great.
that
I'm a fan of all the
oh my fault,
fight
go ahead.
of all the filler between the fights. No doubt, Andrew. Yeah, I mean they got to
Was,
listen, man. It's a movement. It's something that's moving. It's something new. They're trying to get the temperature and really get the attention of the fan base. They want to get the casuals in there. That's why they got Eminem on the stage. They want to get the casuals in the building and catch these fights and
yeah,
see what the competitive fights look like. So they're gonna overdo it just to show you how serious they are, right? They're gonna
Right.
overdo it for the first couple of events. But like here for boxing said, these are all fixable things. These are all things that they're just gonna gauge. They're gonna get surveys. They're gonna get the gauge of how the people felt about it, and they're gonna adjust accordingly. I think, and eventually, a couple events into the whole entire process, we'll get at that perfect level where it's just like these dudes is like the standard in the
So,
game. I think.
so let's be clear on something real quick. Is the Hall of Fame in boxing in Las Vegas, or is just the Las Vegas State Athletic Commission Hall of Fame that he was
It's
inducted to?
just the Nevada Hall
Thank,
of Fame. It's
thank you.
not the
I'm sorry,
but I
yeah.
Nevada.
don't I don't I
But
don't
hold
think it
on,
was like a
let me
real
say
I don't
something
think it was a
because
real induction.
right, I think it was more of an honorary induction, which
Yeah, like
people
a
don't
fake degree.
understand. Right, and
Let him
everyone
talk.
keeps complaining about him getting inducted for what he has done in a short time. First of all, he's done more in a short time than all these other proponents in boxing has done in the last 10 to 20 years. You have people that had to leave promotional companies, people that had to cross the street, people that had to wait to the end of their careers to get the fights that they've been asking for all this time. This guy came into boxing within 2 or 3 years, and he has made the fights happen. Matter of fact, I only think it was 1 year. I think he started really like 2 years ago with Anthony Joshua, right? So,
Right.
Yeah,
He started
right,
actually. It
3 years.
started with actually with Jake Paul and
Okay,
Tommy
Jake
Fury.
Paul, right?
No.
yeah,
You're right. Anthony Joshua and
Right. So we
yeah,
we kill,
Andy
we
Ruiz.
out here being disrespectful to a man that's giving us what we want, which is the best fights. He's seeking competition from around. No, Black Truth. I seen what you were saying, bro. I'm saying he has brought people in the building. He has brought people that we've never seen fight, and then people out here talking about he's choosing big fights for Americans and giving European boxers easy matches. That's not true, bro. They fight these people on a daily basis. You're just not exposed to those people across the world. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure all y'all assume that Jared Anderson was this monster and he can beat anybody. No, Top Rank didn't build that dude right. I've been calling him the Michael Grant of our era for the longest because I said he gonna get slept because he thinks he's a
Michael
small
Grant is
fighter.
crazy.
Right. So
Yo,
now we here and we got the situation going on, and y'all out here saying, he gave him a tough fight. Oh, Deontay Wilder did. No, Deontay Wilder never had
Salute, gang.
skills. Never had skills. So he got what he deserved too. He got in there with a Joseph Parker who taxed him up and a Zing who exposed him. And when you get exposed, guess who you blame it on? You're fighting in your country and not fighting outside of that. Cherry picking fights. You always talk about cherry picks. There we are, cherry picks. Now you see them with real competition, and they don't know what to do. I'm tired of it, bro.
yeah,
Y'all
I said
casuals out
Jared
there.
Anderson's
Y'all
overrated.
casuals.
I said a year ago. I can show you all the tweets. I said, yo, Jared Anderson is overrated, and if he ever fought Wilder would starch him, and it wouldn't even be
Yeah.
close. Wilder would kill Jared Anderson.
Listen, man. Jared Anderson is a fighter who had a lot of talent. He has a lot of talent, you know what I mean. But all of that needs to be developed. And what you saw last night, and when you see cards like this, like the ones you seen last night, what you're going to see is a lot of fighters are going to start being exposed because of a lack of development. Don't get it twisted, guys. Like the promoters narrative of keeping their fighters protected. I was looking on another content creation space, and I heard a gentleman say that what happened to Jared Anderson was as a result of his promoters and his management not protecting him. When I heard them say that, right, and they were saying it in a very like, that's who we got to, like, they were upset at the management. You know what I'm saying? They were upset. And I said to myself, damn, bro, like, the fans are with this program, right? The casual fans are with protecting their fighters. They literally think like this naturally. They don't understand as a fan what they should be looking for in boxing, right? So for them, it's like Jared Anderson should have been protected. He shouldn't have been put in a position to where he was in front of somebody like Martin Bacoli, right? He should have never been put in that position. They should have protected him better, right? So what ends up happening, these fighters don't develop properly. And we got a trainer in the building, Mark Mazuma. I would love him to speak to on it as well. But just to say that these fighters develop depending on who they're in front of, right? Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, however that saying goes. When you protect these guys and you put them in that bubble where they're just eating, when you're just putting gear in the ring with them, and the public is getting their whole entire what's the word I'm looking for? They're getting their dopamine rush to see somebody get savaged out, right? To just get knocked out, put to sleep, and they start to think that that's what boxing is. And then when you put somebody like a Jared Anderson in the ring with a real contender, a real heavyweight, you don't even know how to deal with that. You look at it like Jared Anderson got tricked out the bag. That's what you want to say. You want to say he got tricked. They trapped him. They put him in a bad position, and that's why that happened to him. No, Jared Anderson wasn't being developed correctly. You guys saw through his last two to three fights, that this man was digressing. You saw that his mental strength was going down as well, right? Like his ability to deal with the actual assignment that was in front of him, to the nervousness of knowing that he was going to have to jump in the ring with some of these guys, that the country was behind him and thought that he was going to be the future of heavyweight boxing for America, and how he looked at it. Look at how Jared Anderson handled the loss at the end of it when he spoke on it. He didn't even let it, like, he wasn't even moved. He didn't even care, right? He didn't even care. Oh, man, I did it. I put my city on the map. He said that he dropped a couple M-bombs and walked off into the sunset. So, no, it's not Turkey doing this to him. Turkey's giving him the opportunity to put him inside of a ring with a contender like a Martin Bacoli and perform and show the world who you really are. You know what I'm saying? To show the world who you really are. This man made Jared Anderson an ambassador of Riyadh season. That means that he actually bet on Jared Anderson to win that fight. He thought Jared Anderson was going to be the lick. Like, yo, I'm going to put money behind this kid. Let me put him in an event. He didn't realize that this kid just wasn't ready for the assignment he put on him. He just wasn't ready. That's all it is. But I want to ask. Wait, well, go ahead. What are you about to say? Because I want to ask Mark a question for sure.
Because I want to struggle on and stay on topics with other people. So I just want to make some quotes. So I hear, I'm mad that they succulating Turkey off massively. Right? That's from the chat. Turkey get one fight in the United States. Already he's a Hall of Famer. Slapping my head. So when you say things like that, you are making statements and you're not saying things that are crazy. Now, I get it. I wasn't coming at you. I was addressing you. It's a difference. And what I'm saying is it's not just you. I'm listening to the spaces. So I'm talking about the masters of spaces, and Clay's doing the same thing, because we literally just watched a whole bunch of channels saying the same silly non-boxing casual fan talking attitudes and just don't care really about boxing. That's what we're talking about. We're not directing everything towards you. So, I mean, no disrespect, but, you know what I mean? I did call you out on that. But everything else is not about you. You know what I mean? This conversation is not about you. It's about the whole space. But I feel you. Go ahead, Clay. Sorry.
No doubt. No, I wanted to know. So, Mark, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What did you think about the Jared Anderson as far as what you saw? What was the issue? What was the problem that you saw with Jared Anderson in that fight against Mark McCauley? What got him to that point?
What got him to that point was just getting away with things that he's been doing, in the lead up to being built up by Top Rank. Like I said, when I was watching, I had, and I'm so mad that this video didn't upload, man. I had like a 20-minute video just breaking down every fight and just giving my predictions on what would happen and shit like that. And I was saying how Jared Anderson, it's going to be a tough fight for him. Like, I was rooting for him, but at the same time, I was making it clear that Martin McCauley is very dangerous for somebody like, Jared Anderson. When it comes to the size difference, that was very apparent. You know what I mean? This dude is walking around at 300 pounds comfortably and is performing at a high level. Jared Anderson, he has fought as low as like the 230s. You know what I'm saying? So, the dude had like 40-something plus pounds on him off of the rip, probably 30 to 40 pounds off the rip. You see what I mean? So that was something that was concerning to me. This dude is 6'6" with an 82-inch reach. You know what I'm saying? And considering that and the fact that Jared Anderson likes to pull back when guys are, launching their offense at him, that was just bound to be a bad John. You see what I mean? That's what we say in Philly, a bad John. So I was looking at it and I'm like, yo, and then I'm watching McCauley.
Oh yeah, fight. Bang. For sure, Bang. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you good. But I'm watching him and I'm watching McCauley fight, and this dude has a type of power where he don't even need to turn his body into shots to hurt people. He's just that physically strong. Like, and I heard somebody make like a George Foreman like comparison, and obviously, he's not George Foreman, but in terms of them like being able to just throw arm punches and hurt people, that they share that in common. So I was like, yo, Jared Anderson cannot afford to, he can't allow Martin McCauley to plant his feet, and he cannot stand in front of McCauley. And that's exactly what he was doing in spots, trying to fight on the inside and keeping his head on the line, running into uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? But what I noticed was he's never really practiced on his defense from a technical aspect. He relies on his athleticism and his reflexes to evade shots. And you're not going to be able to do that with everybody. I don't care who you are. We seen what happened with Roy Jones. He beating everybody with the speed and the athleticism. You know what I mean? He beat Bernard Hopkins early in his career. But when that all started to fade out, Bernard Hopkins caught him at the tail end of his career and showed him that skills, overcomes all of that. You see what I'm saying? So Jared Anderson, and I swore he would have fixed those things back when he was getting rocked by Charles Martin and shit like that. But I guess because he won, he felt like he didn't need to correct that. So
talk about it.
And then in terms of people, I want to address this too, because there was people. I heard what you said in terms of people like saying, oh, they weren't protecting him. First of all, this was bound to happen. You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't gonna make the corrections necessary. They would have kept feeding him whoever they was feeding him, and he would have just kept doing what he was doing because he was getting away with it. This was bound to happen. And then, in all honesty, sometimes, and this is true, regardless of people want to admit it or not. Sometimes a loss is very key to developing character in the sport of boxing. We've seen a lot of people who've been undefeated, and not proving themselves, and then once they get in there with an elite guy, they crumble like Jaime Munguia. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes a loss is a key thing to get somebody to the next level. If Jared Anderson, but based off how the way he was acting in that post-fight press, that post-fight interview, he act like he ain't care. So, if he don't really care, then obviously he's going to keep having these same issues. He's going to keep having these same problems. And as long as he's fighting guys who, have power and, reach on their punches and can make him pay for his defensive errors, then he's going to keep having these problems. But if he genuinely cares about the sport, then he'll go back to the lab, tighten up on his defense, probably get like a defensive specialist in his corner that can help him, tighten up on his defense. I know he got Sugar Hill, but I don't know Sugar Hill game is based around defense. You know what I'm saying? So
and we got to talk about that too. We're going to talk about that as well, Sugar Hill, because he made some statements in the press conference before the fight started in reference to who his real coach was, and that Sugar Hill was a temporary situation just for that fight. So I already knew just off the way he said that in the press conference that he didn't buy into the process. He did not buy into the Sugar Hill system. He felt like, and even admitting it in the ring, like my corner was telling me things and I was just doing my own thing. That's a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's on the thumbnail, matchmakers, and at the bottom it says buy into the process. we're going to talk about a lot of that, because when you look at somebody on the opposite side of the spectrum, like a Rayo Venezuela, right, who did exactly that. He bought into the process, bro. He said, I believe you, Robert Garcia. You're my coach. We're going to do it your way. He followed that game plan to a T and walked away a damn champion. You know what I'm saying? He fought in a way that people didn't think he could fight in. He fought in a way that I questioned if he could fight that way. I'm like, the only way you're going to be able to beat this dude is by keeping discipline, staying on that jab, keep spinning that dude, control the middle of the ring. Don't let this guy hold you on the ropes. A couple times he got caught on the ropes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, he was in shock himself. I'm telling you, you could see it in his face when he won that match. That's why him and Robert Garcia had like a daddy-son moment in the ring where he couldn't believe it. He was like, I'm champion, bro. You saw it. That boy was this close to crying. He was like, we did it. You made me a champion. Robert Garcia was like, I told you, fool. I told you that's what I was going to do if you listen to me. Salute to Fighting Word with Bangs in the building. What's up, King? How you, man?
How's things? How's everybody on the panel, man? Shout out to the chat, man.
We're doing great. We're doing great, man. I know you saw the fight last night. You know what I mean? For sure, I know you saw the fight last night. So, but
man,
I was just saying what's up to you right quick. I don't want to cut you off, but I did want to let Mark kind of finish his thing. He was in the middle of it, and I rudely interrupted him as well because I'm an asshole. So, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to just salute you and bring you into the panel properly. Don't leave you there in the dark. But Mark, please, if you can remember to continue building or whatever you was building on, man, it's definitely your floor.
No, I was pretty much finishing up, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I feel like sometimes a loss is, very important in building character. This could be a situation that could make Jared Anderson better if he actually cares, but if he doesn't, like I said, he's gonna keep having these issues. So with all of that being said, man, you just gotta, you gotta understand that athleticism isn't everything. That's not gonna get you past every opponent, especially if you got somebody who got an 82-inch reach. You see what I mean? So even if you pulling straight back, he's very capable of catching you going backwards and, stuff like that. So, I hope this was a humbling experience for Jared Anderson. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, it's pretty simple for me. You know what I mean? And in terms of, exactly who his coach is, that sounds like a messy situation. And, regardless of who's in your corner, if they're leading the corner, you should be respecting what they're saying. You paying these guys to instruct you. So if you paying these guys and you're not following through with their instructions, what are you really paying them for? I don't really understand that.
You smelling yourself. You said a lot of crazy things. Even if you felt that way, there was no reason for him to communicate that at the press conference. That was just messy work right there. Or like Two Tone says, that was some nasty work out there. But salute. Exactly. Oh yeah, that's another conversation. Salute, Bangs. What's good with you, family? How you feeling?
Oh man, everything is good. It's beautiful, man. I got monetized this morning. I did an 8.5 goddamn watch party last 8.5 hour watch party, man. That shit was crazy, man.
Congratulations, family. Congratulations.
Hey man,
that was a quick monetization. You blowing up fast as hell, man. Congratulations.
Man, I appreciate that, man. For real, man. 3 months. 3 months. I got this shit in under 90 days, bro. Hey man, God is good, man.
Yes, sir, man. You got fire content, man. Y'all building something beautiful over there, man. So it doesn't surprise me. I'll say it like that.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Likewise, too, man. Yeah, man, about them fights, man. As far as with El Rayo, my heart was with El Rayo, but I had Pitbull winning going into that fight. I was like, damn, dog, I don't think that El Rayo was gonna be keeping that hand, protecting that jaw enough, because he liked to throw his neck up and drop his hand when he throw his you know what I'm saying? He liked to drop that right hand when he throw that left punch, bro. And it's just, man, bro, it was so beautiful, bro. Oh my God, bro. It was so beautiful. That was the most beautiful fight on the card last night. As far as the as far as scientifically, that was the most beautiful fight on the card, bro. I swear, bro. All respect to El Rayo, and the whole time, every time he was successful out there around, I would say, hey man, one time for Robert Garcia, man. One time for Robert Garcia, man. God dang.
Listen, we're gonna talk about it. When I'm telling you we're gonna talk about that tonight, and I'm all over the place right now. I'm all over the place right now. You know I'm all over the place right now. And we're gonna get a little bit more control of this, because there's so many people who need to be highlighted, and that's why it's on the thumbnail. Buying the process, bro. Buy what did I say? Buy something. I can't even. I'm brain farting right now. But you got to buy in on the process. When you get with these teams, you got somebody like Sugar Hill in your team, somebody who's got a champion under his resume, like a Tyson Fury, and coming from the pedigree of an Emmanuel Stewart. You bring that together. You got Turkey, who's like, I think you can really be somebody, but I want to link you up with Sugar Hill because I think you're missing. What Turkey's saying to you is you got a lot of potential, but you got some holes in your game. And these big dudes is going to take advantage of that. I want to put you with somebody who I know can get you there. And you go in there with that energy of, man, this dude ain't my coach. Your coach didn't even show up for the fight. Your coach stayed back in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure he felt some kind of way. I'm sure he felt some kind of way about the adjustment that was made in the camp. But look, he's not here right now, right? He's not here right now. This is who you got at Sugar Hill. So you up in that ring and you acting like nobody can hit you, like your athletic is so ill and you hit so hard. And Bacoli was eating them shots like Frosted Flakes in the morning, bro. Like it was nothing. Like, I do this. This is easy. I've been punched in the face by Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury. And I done sat a lot of these dudes on their pockets in sparring with the 22-ounce gloves, with the 22-ounce jump balls.
Right.
What you think I'm about to do with these 10 ounces? I'm about to do you crazy dirty in here tonight. That's not going to work. Backing straight back like that. Look at how you reacted when he was on the ropes. Instead of clinching him, tangling him up, trying to get his legs back together, he tried to come off the ropes with some punches. Nah, Bacoli was like, that's in a fantasy world, bro. In real life, I'm going to hit you again and again and again and again until you out of here. That's not going to work. So shout out to Rayo Venezuela because he showed me. I wasn't too sure if he could do it. I knew the key to success was going to be him doing what he did. I didn't think he could do it, bro. I thought that Isak would clip him. He'd get in his emotions and start trying to Mexican, you know what I'm saying, shoot it out with him, and he was going to get put to sleep. That's what I thought was going to happen. He stayed on point. Every time he came back to that corner, Robert was like, "You doing great. Hey, calm. You doing great. You're going to go back into the next round and do the same damn thing." At the end of that fight, that boy looked up to God and said, "Please let me get this win." When they screamed his name and said, "And new," that boy looked at Robert Garcia like, "You's a fool, bro. You's a damn fool, bro." Nobody ever say about you, bro. I felt good for him. I'm happy for the young. I don't know where he goes. We can talk about where he goes from here because, I mean, look, he shocked us, but Isak Cruz also got exposed to a certain point. The man is kind of a one-trick pony.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And Rayo kind of exposed that a little bit to be like, look, man, there is a way to beat this dude pretty easy. You just got to stick to it and be patient and know he's going to keep on trying to rush you, but you can do this.
Absolutely.
What is Isak? What adjustments is Isak Cruz going to do at this point going into his next fights, being semi-exposed to the game to a degree on how to beat him, right? Cabrera really exposed it earlier anyway already, but Rayo took it to the victory. Like, this is what Cabrera was trying to do. I just did that. Now I'm champion of the world. But what do you think about the Martin Bacoli, Jared Anderson fight?
The Bacoli. Okay, so right before that, you asked what's next for Pitbull? Like, what kind of adjustments does he make? I understand that Pitbull is a one-trick pony. I'm a fan of Pitbull because he's a fan-friendly fighter. When you're a real boxing fan, you appreciate the brawlers, the sluggers, the awkward people, and the slow, the what they call the so-called boring fights. I appreciate it all. If I'm just honest, the way that Pitbull fights, his style, there's no adjustments getting made, bro. He's not a jabber. They're not going to be able to incorporate that into his game. Extra footwork and all that and IQ, I just don't see him becoming no more of a better fighter than what he already is. There's no disrespect to him. It's just that I think that he's only bred to fight one way, and that's like a dog. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's only good for being a dog, and that's no disrespect to him because it's a ton of people out there that can't tolerate what he brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? So I really like just to be honest with you, bro, I don't see him improving in nothing. I'm not saying that he's not good at what he do or none of that, bro. I just see him being the same old Pitbull until he retires, bro. And he's still gonna be effective moving forward with the right fighters. But as soon as somebody get out there and they ain't scared of him, and they can pull it. Hey man, he gonna be in trouble, but I still see some success in him. Now, you also asked me about what you said to Jared Anderson and Bacoli.
Yeah, Martin McCall, what do you think about the fight, and what do you think about Jared Anderson at this point as well? But yeah, what do you think about the fight?
Well, I think it was a great fight. I think it was a great fight. Can you hold me down just for 1 second? So, all right. So look, I think it was a great fight, bro. I think Bacoli was underestimated by a lot of the casual fans because they never even took the time to try to go do no homework on him. I wasn't too knowledge. I didn't know too much about him until they announced that fight, and then I went and did my homework. I say Jared Anderson in trouble. This boy's in trouble, bro. I'm voting for Jared Anderson in the fight, but he is in trouble, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it showed. What Jared Anderson does special is that he moves like a 147 pounder. That's special for a heavyweight. But you gotta know when to be like that. You gotta know when to be like that. You can't be too much of that against these bigger guys. See, this was the first time Jared Anderson fought somebody that came to fight him, not box him. Bacoli is not a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Jared Anderson used to fighting people that'd be on that back foot, trying to jab, stick and move and all that. He finna come walk that shit down, but he got bullied in this fight. He was damn near 100 pounds lighter than this dude. Bacoli weighed at least 1,100 pounds on the scale. You know what I'm saying? So we seen the body work.
No meals. Yep.
Hey, man, we seen the body work, and it wasn't phasing Bacoli. So once Jared Anderson figured out that this dude ain't going nowhere, he was supposed to use his feet more. He stood in front of him too much, bro. But that's why we say he's green. There's no disrespect to him because he's natural talent, but that's a bit of green area in his game. He moved beautifully. They say he wasn't using a lot of lateral movement, but he did in the first couple rounds. He got the sidestep, woo. But then he started getting punched in his stomach. Shit started changing. Then he got hit in the face. Shit started changing. He started getting too brave. Like he said, he wasn't listening to it. He wasn't listening to his corner. Shit, he just got too brave, bro. And I still think Jared Anderson is a good fighter, bro. He just needs to stick with a Sugar Hill type coach who's an offense. He's a heavyweight specialist. He's a game planner. He's a game planning specialist. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be able to execute it. You know what I'm saying? With that comes discipline. With that comes poise. Now, does Jared Anderson have quit in him? Does he look soft out there? Absolutely not. That's a tough motherfucker for a nigga for somebody who say that they ain't really into boxing like that. That boy came to win, bro. He came to put up a fight, bro. And I respect that. Say it again.
Every time he went down, he got right back up. Like
he got right back up. He got right back up, bro. So we can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't hear what everybody said about Jared Anderson, but I still respect him, bro, as far as for his heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't out there looking like somebody that don't love boxing. He looked like somebody that wanted to get his lick back. You know what I'm saying? Like, which was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But you still got to respect boxing. If you don't love it, you got to respect the game. And you not at heavyweight, bro, because man, I think he should go to cruiserweight, bro. But is he disciplined enough to make weight for fights? That's another thing. Like maybe he is a cruiserweight, like a natural cruiserweight. But is he disciplined enough to go on a diet, put those miles in, and lose weight and make weight for every fight? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the question for me. You know what I'm saying?
Does he have enough love for the game to do it? Because what you're talking about right now is you got to have some love for this game, man. You got to have some discipline about you, something that you're going to tap into when it gets dark. Because it gets dark. What you're talking about right now, them weight cuts, I done heard boxers and athletes talk about some dark times in weight cuts, some like horrible moments. You look at Jaleel Hackett sitting on that stage talking across to Pete Dobson with the white lips. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see that kid sacrifice to be in that position to compete at 147. He doing things that you would never do for him to look like
Absolutely.
that, right? And then, like
Absolutely.
Mike Tyson said before, Mike Tyson said, you know what discipline is? Discipline is doing shit that you hate like you love it. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? That's what it's
Absolutely.
all about at the end of the day. And is Jared Anderson going to bring it full circle to have that kind of mindset to reach the potential that a lot of people, including myself, believe he has?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Time will tell that. You know what I mean? When he decides to do it, we'll see. What they say, he'll show us better than he could ever tell us. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? What he does, and we'll see how he carries it. Not
Right.
just to move the conversation along, because Jared Anderson is at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, Jared Anderson has development that he needs. I hope that he seeks that development. I hope that he doesn't be one of those guys who blames everything around him. And I hope he starts to own, right? Get into a space where you're owning, because a wise man once said, you can't change what you don't control. You understand what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So the only way to get into that change is to take that accountability. Is to put it on your shoulder. I need to do this. I need to run more. I need to listen more. I messed up like this. This dude hit me because figure it out from that point of view, and then the sky's the limit. But if it's your coach, if it's your management, if it was Turkey, if it was a setup, if it was, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't
Right.
fair,
Right.
if it wasn't all that, it can get weird.
Hey, look. It wasn't even Turkey. It was Eddie Hearn. He told Eddie Hearn, "I'll fight anybody you go get." Eddie Hearn looked and said, "You sure? You sure about that?"
They don't talk about that, do they?
Hey, man, last time I heard somebody do that, last time somebody did that, Brona fought Madonna. The last time I heard somebody do that, Brona fought Madonna, bro. You know what I'm saying? You put a boy out there with a grown man, bro. You got it take time to get to that level, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Showbiz. Showbiz said it looked like that boy Bacoli was trying to get back to a bottle of brandy, a good brandy he had at the house. The way he didn't even waste no time. That boy wasn't moving around. He just walked him down and was dropping him with them jabs, hitting him with them uppercuts. Like, I need to get you out of here, bro.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, the issues is exactly what you said, and I'm gonna stay on it short because Clay wants to move the subject. It's Jared Anderson. What she should have been doing is pivoting, throwing a couple of shots, 1-2s or 1-2-3s, getting out of there, moving, turning them left and right.
Yep.
When he look and keeping his hand out, you know what I mean? Keeping his for distance, right? Just keeping him in the measurement, keeping his hand on his paw, so when he goes to throw, he can react to it.
Right.
Do that. He got clipped, like you said, to the body, trying to spin it moving laterally instead of pivoting and turning. So when he was taxing that body, what did Jared Anderson do? When you watch the first knockout, he tried to come back with an uppercut, real hard, because he started going blow for blow with him. Right? He started going blow for blow. Mm-hmm. He tried to hit him with an uppercut. Matter of fact, that's the shot right there. And right there, look, as he was throwing that uppercut, that first shot hit him, knocked him back. That shot right there knocked him back, and then the next one was a bop, bop. With the same hand, that left hit him twice, and he went down. Right, so he has to acknowledge that what he was learning was how to fight somebody that has power, and he didn't accept it. And I think he acknowledged that after the fight when he did say, "We're not blaming Sugar Hill on this. It was me." So we got to respect him being honest about that and taking the blame off of Sugar Hill. But he should listen to his corner. He's listen. Jared can't carry Jared, bro. I'm sorry. So
he got some self auditing to do, man, and he has to decide. He had a conversation with Roy Jones a few months back. We all saw it. He was in tears and speaking about how he felt about the sport. He needs to go finish that conversation. I mean, he needs to go have that conversation. He needs to get some closure. You heard? He needs to get some closure.
But I'm only 23.
I know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make fun of him, but he needs some closure to that conversation, and he needs that question answered. Are you going to do this or are you not, man? Is this what you're going to do or is this not what you're going to do? Because you see what it turns into when you jump in the ring with a dude from the Congo, you know what I'm saying, who got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and he walking like George Foreman. Remember I told you, Bang, on your show, I said I thought he was like a Larry Holmes? I was wrong, man. That's George Foreman right there, bro.
Absolutely.
That's George Foreman right there, bro. That boy is and he's dangerous for anybody, by the way, in the weight class. I'm sure we'll be talking about him sooner than later. I'm sure he'll be involved in some big fights. You got Turkey on the lookout for him, and Turkey ain't gonna waste no time. He's gonna put him in there with somebody. I wouldn't be shocked to see him in there with a Zhang Zhang or put him right in the conversation. You know what I mean? Because the battle of the Foremans. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Big Bang Zhang. That's the dude. That's the matchup. So look, I also believe that we was talking about it on my show last night. I think that card should have been Big Baby Miller versus Bacoli. Big Baby Anderson versus Ruiz. As far as matchups, those are better matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as size, as far as like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Jared Anderson and Andy Ruiz can match hands.
Yeah, it would have looked better in the ring. I still
that would have been better for Jared for sure.
No,
no bullshit.
Jared still loses.
I don't know how it would have been for Big Baby Miller, but it would have been good for Jared. Jared probably
for real.
I think Jared loses that fight for Andy Ruiz.
You say you think Jared loses to Andy Ruiz? You know Andy Ruiz was coming off the couch for 2 years.
I understand. That's why he didn't get past the 5th round. But I think with the shots he was hitting Big Baby Miller with, in the first
that would have been yeah.
It was quick. You know what I mean? His hands was faster. So he would have got him up out of there, bro.
You never know. Until they fight, they ain't fight. That's what I always say. Until they fight, they ain't fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No bullshit. No bullshit. I want
to move the needle to since we can segue into it. The big draw last night, the majority draw last night between the big boys that was on the card, the burrito eaters, the buffet. You know what I mean? The I ain't going home from the buffet until I'm done, guys. You know what I mean? We didn't know what to expect from this fight. We saw Jarrell Big Baby Miller cut 40 pounds. You know what I'm saying? To get ready for this fight. He went to Philadelphia. He went and got with Bozianis. He said, "Get me right, coach. Get me right, coach. I can't go out like I did. I can't go out like I did against Daniel Dubois. You know I'm built for better." Coach said, "You're going to have to listen to me, man. I'm not playing no games with you. You already know how we do it in the dungeon. I don't take no shorts and I don't take no back talk. You already know you're going to go through some serious sparring up in here, and you know you're about to cut some of that weight, right? We don't play that 350 gang over here. 350 gang is not for the boxing ring. We got to get you cut down." Listen, he did everything he needed to do for the fight. He committed. Bozy was standing there in his corner. Jaron Ennis gave him a whole lot of accolades, said, "You're going to see a whole nother Jarrell Miller in this fight tonight. I promise you, I've been watching this dude work with my dad. He's taking this seriously. He's coming in for real." Then you got Andy Ruiz, who sat out the game for 2.5 years. Some people might want to say he priced himself out of getting a fight with Deontay Wilder at one point in time. Ever since Anthony Joshua, he's been feeling himself. He's been iced out. He broke up with his wife. He living his best life. He got his kid with $100,000 around his neck. You know what I'm saying? Stepping up, and he's a star. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Just give me an opportunity." Turkey said, "Say less. I got the perfect matchup for you. Let's get it done." You, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, Los Angeles BMO. What say you, panel? What did we see that night? What did you guys see that night?
Go ahead, Muzuma.
Whoever first. Well, shit, man. I saw Andy Ruiz being Andy Ruiz in the first few rounds. Then I started to see him gas a little bit after the third, but you know he did break his hand. You know what I'm saying? Even though he broke his hand in like the third, fourth round, Big Baby ain't really pick up the action till like the 5th round. And this nigga started fighting like it was the first round. I was like, God damn. Hey, man. My heart was with Ruiz because I feel like Ruiz is a better fighter, like all the way around, faster, like I felt like, but I knew that him being on the couch for 2 years and some change was gonna make a difference. So I voted for Andy Ruiz, but I knew that Big Baby Miller was gonna win that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. You know what I mean? Just his endurance was crazy, bro. That nigga gonna have to piss in that cup.
And I think Andy came in too heavy. I think he started to think about what Jarrell was going to bring. He expected a big Baby Miller to come in the ring. He didn't want to get weight bullied. He came in at 274, which was the second heaviest weight that he weighed in a fight. The first time he came in, the biggest he ever came in was against Anthony Joshua on that rematch.
In the second fight.
So,
yeah.
Right, in the second fight, right? So in this match right here, he came in, he kept that weight on because he felt like that was gonna work for him, not against him when Jarrell was trying to push him around the ring, but Jarrell was still way bigger than him. And I think he lost a lot of his athleticism, and he also lost his conditioning, clearly. You know what I'm saying? As the second half of the fight, he definitely was winded. But like you also said, we can acknowledge he definitely had a broken hand. There was no jokes in that. He definitely had a broken hand. We saw it. But the big guys put it down. Was it a draw for you guys? Was it a draw?
Miller won that fight hands down.
Yep. He won every
Miller
round.
won that fight hands down.
Yeah, it wasn't a draw. It wasn't a draw at all.
Not at
it
all.
Wasn't, right? Right.
Nah.
Jarrell looked like he wanted to me as well. So let me ask you, that being said, is there a rematch that should be happening here, or do we move on from this, get away from the rematch, and let's let these guys spread their wings? Maybe they come back together later on. Maybe 2-3 more fights they come back together. Maybe.
I like that better. I think you leave a rematch alone, immediate rematch. I think you go into the fight card, let these guys fight each other. Like I said, I think Andy Ruiz would be a good fight for Jarrell Miller. I think we get that fight popping. I think we move.
No, Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Miller just fought.
Jared Anderson. Excuse me, Jared Anderson.
Yeah.
I think Big Baby Miller fights whatever his name is, or vice versa. Get the battle with the baby. Get the battle with the big babies, and get McCauley and Andy Ruiz. I think that'll be a decent fight.
I don't think Jared Anderson gonna fight another 300-pounder anytime soon. I'm gonna just say that right
now. And I don't think Andy Ruiz should fight McCauley either. He too solid, bro. I think, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
McCauley and
Big Bang. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Big Bang Zhang. That is the absolute fight for McCauley, bro. That is the fight for McCauley.
I think it is in a fans' perspective, but we have to look at it where, like Clay mentioned, where is he at in his championship run? McCauley is coming up on the rise. Big Bang Zhang is in line for a title shot with one of the guys at the top eventually within the next 3 to 4 fights. So why would he dethrone himself to fight somebody like McCauley? Not
necessarily next.
No, I know.
Like you know what I mean?
Next. I think we were talking about next. Like what's going on next?
The top heavyweights occupied right now, though, right? They occupied right now.
Cool. Pretty much Joshua.
Mansion and AJ about to fight Dubois.
Right.
It looks like Zhang is going to be in conversations with potentially fighting Joseph Parker again, maybe trying to get a rematch there, or maybe getting a rematch with Philip Ergovich and trying to get his win back with Philip, because Philip lost that fight against Daniel Dubois, but before that, Philip was in title contention. You were expecting him to win, and he was going to move forward and fight Anthony Joshua, and then the winner of that fight was probably going to try to challenge whoever wins between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. So Philip Ergovich was right there in that conversation. I would think that off the top of my head, Zhang would probably be looking to go in that direction. Go ahead and get his win back. But because I'm gonna tell you like this, McCauley's one of those fighters, high risk, low reward. You don't want to just fight him just to be fighting him. He's the kind of fighter, if I'm fighting him, I want something on the line. I want to get something for it. He's just a dangerous fighter, bro. He's just a dangerous fighter. And that's a problem he had before he got into this situation, right? Before he got in the situation where nobody didn't know his name, he says it. That's what he says, at least, is that half the whole top 10 of division of boxing has been ducking him because of his sparring reputation. That when he spars these dudes, he's sitting a lot of these dudes on their pockets in these sparring sessions. So it's been hard for him, to get these fights. Zhang would be a perfect matchup fight. That's what I want to see. I would love to see McCauley fight against Zhang matchup wise. From a boxing fan, I know we're gonna get 4th of July. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But with Zhang do that, maybe, I don't know. McCauley's like, he's still a new name, man. He's a new name to the fans, but he's not a new name to these top dudes. These top dudes know exactly what kind of, like you said, when you did your research and what you found out, they know that. They're like, yeah.
Right.
Why do I gotta fight him? Why?
Right.
Hold up, bro. Wait a second. I don't gotta fight this dude right now, bro. Come on, bro. I'm 41 years old. I'm trying to see if I can get me a title before I leave up out of here. I don't need to give Wakanda a chance. Wakanda.
He call a nigga Wakanda.
Listen, bro. That man right there.
Go ahead, Mr. Newman.
I got a question though. I got something, and y'all could debate it amongst yourselves. with Turkey Al-Sheikh, with these, I don't know how much these dudes getting paid, but I'm gonna just say that these dudes getting paid pretty well in comparison to what they was getting paid with their promoters and shit like that, right?
It seems like.
So,
Right.
yeah, that's what it seemed like. So, does the high risk, low reward standard even apply if they doing business with Turkey Al-Sheikh, considering
Now,
that?
hey man, look, I just didn't want to disturb him to play more, man. I was
Does the
thinking the
high
same
risk, low
thing.
reward standard apply when doing business with Turkey Al-Sheikh? That's what I want to know.
I was just thinking the same thing, bro. Like I don't think it should. The excuses are out the window now. If we prize fighting, the
He just,
prize is in the bag.
I'm gonna tell you this: Turkey Al-Sheikh is he taking over, and all these little things that these dudes been talking about, this other side of the street shit, and you know, he's with this promoter, I'm with this promoter, I'm with this network, he with this network. He's cutting all of that shit right up out the mix because what he's doing right now is that's perfect timing for the picture, by the way. He's literally working with all of these promoters and is putting them all under the same umbrella. And you know, he hasn't locked in PBC yet, from what I understand, but he's getting PBC fighters over there. So
Right.
within time, he probably gonna lock in PBC too. So it's like I think that little by little, this man is starting to cut out every excuse that these dudes and these promoters use, like the things that these promoters and these fighters use to try to avoid certain fights. Is there such thing as a high risk, low reward situation when you're working with Riyadh season, when you're working with Turkey Al-Sheikh, and this man is paying everybody like he paying these dudes pretty well, you know what I mean, and he's keeping them active. So with that being known, it's like, I mean, high risk is always going to be a thing, you know,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right. Well,
but low reward, does that apply with Turkey Al-Sheikh when you do a business with him?
No, 100%.
I don't think.
But let me get it. I'm sorry. Let me jump in real quick.
No, you're good, man. My
I'm
bad.
gonna stay quiet for a minute. What I seen Michael Bickson put a post out of the pay stubs for, and I guess it was released for the PBC fighters only, and it didn't look like they was treated fairly. But let me. I think that was beat. I think it was cap. But at the end of the day, let's look at what it really is. Are these fighters that were on that card PBC fighters, or are they Tom Brown fighters? Because I seen a lot of this where they were saying Tom Brown was involved in this fight in the PBC. They just keep calling him PBC fighters because he works with PBC.
Okay.
I don't think none of these fighters came from that stable. I think they were all Tom Brown. I think it shows that Tom Brown who has already worked with Turkey has no issue with that. I think it's more people just upset because the PBC fighters or how the PBC moves, they're not willing to or hasn't seemed like they've been willing participants in the move of Turkey Al-Sheikh because they want to prove that they're the best in boxing and they just don't want to give away. And I think that's going to continue to hurt them. You see their fighters are leaving and all of a sudden in the match room. Then some of them move to top rank. Some of them moving to homie over in England.
Frank Warren.
Yeah, Frank Warren. So we see the moves happening. The moves are only happening because the fact that PBC is not doing what these fighters want. They're not keeping them active. And when you're not active, we see what happens. So I think what Turkey's doing, he's trying to keep the fighters active. He's trying to put on big fights. He's trying to give us great shows. He's trying to keep the names out there that people want to see. He's taking boxing for what it is. He's giving it to the pro boxing fans. He's not giving it to the casual fan base. The casual fans are going to jump aboard because he's putting their fighters on the cards with the pro boxer fan base. And I think that's what's dope. So at the end of the day, he's doing what's good for boxing. What everybody else is saying is just cap. They're just haters and they're just casuals or they're just groupies. Whatever way you want to call it, they're just not. They're really not just doing it. They're just going with the narratives and they start pushing them.
Okay. I can dig it.
Go ahead, man. You was gonna say something?
Well, no. I'm in compliance. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask you though, but was Pitbull and Rayo? They wasn't PBC.
I don't know.
Directly
I'll be honest with you. What Ray was saying, I'm not too sure. This is a conversation that we've been having with some insiders in the game who are really just brought up this question about maybe like we've been talking about this probably since the beginning of the new year. Really trying to understand the relationship that Al Heyman has with these fighters. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these fighters that we thought were PBC were really Tom Brown fighters. And Tom Brown works with Al Heyman, so they look like one, but at the end of the day, the reality is, and we were talking about this because when we said well, all right, if Turkey's sitting at the table and talking to a Bob Arum, he knows he's talking to all of Bob Arum's fighters. If he's talking to Oscar De La Hoya, he's talking to all of his fighters. And if he's talking to Eddie Hearn, he's talking to all of his fighters. When he sits down with Al Heyman, is Al Heyman able to give him fighters, or is Al Heyman pointing him in another direction? In other words, how many fighters under the PBC rock? Because PBC is really a platform for any fighters to use to come and fight. That's why you'll see like Tim Tszyu has that relationship with them where he kind of just uses them when he comes into the States. But anything he does in Australia, he has that no limit or whatever they called a promotional company that he's with out in Australia. You see the same thing with like, let's say a Monster Inoue, who has that relationship with Top Rank. But when he's in Japan, he ain't messing with Top Rank. He's not a Top Rank fighter in Japan. He got a whole nother promotional company that he works out there, which is part of the reason why Inoue don't come over here and fight like he does. You know what I mean? Because why split the cake and get something to this dude when I could just stay in Japan, put 50,000 people inside of a stadium, you know what I'm saying, and get my money, right?
Absolutely.
So the question has always been, as far as PBC fighters are concerned, how many of those fighters that we think are PBC fighters are actually PBC fighters? Like I know David Benavidez is a PBC fighter. You know what I'm saying? Pitbull may be a PBC fighter. Rayo I don't know. You just got to check it out. When you look at the press conferences, you see the dude with the little birthmark on his face, the white dude. You know what I'm saying? That's Tom Brown. He's there 9 out of 10 times. He's up there, and he does not work with PBC. He has his own promotional company. Like I'm pretty sure Gervonta Tank Davis is a Tom Brown fighter, not a PBC fighter. You know what I'm saying? He just works with Al. That's why they say Al's an advisor to him and Leonard's an advisor to him, and because they don't really control nothing. They're more like there as a support team, or I don't know if there's some sort of like funny relationship going on between Tom Brown and the PBC to where maybe that's like a racket of some sort. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it's a question. We don't know who's who. We don't know who's actually PBC and who's actually on Tom Brown's side of the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
I just Googled it and put it in the chat so you guys can see it. It's up there. But
all right, hold on. Let me just shout out to the color in the chat. Shout out to Boxing Talking Up North. Is that Ryan? Ryan Frazier? I'm not sure. But Boxing Talking Up North, that event felt like the first time I listened to Get Rich or Die Trying. I was blown away by the event. Yeah, the event was great, man. The event was a really good event. It really was, man. Performance, concert-wise, announcements. We got so much to talk about. This is going to be a long show. I can already tell. I'm going to try to keep it tight, but it's going to be a long show, bro, because we got announcements. We got Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson going at it. We got Turkey announcing a potential Shakur Zepeda fight, getting ready to be on a Riyadh card. I mean, we got so many different things to talk about. Shout out to the people who stepped in the building. We ain't seen in a minute. We saw Devin Haney in the building. I wonder what he talking about over there. And I think it was also shocking to see that whole entire full roster sitting next to Turkey. Bob Arum, Eddie sitting next to Eddie Hearn, sitting next Shakur Stevenson sitting on the other side of Turkey. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya stepped in the building. He high-fiving everybody. Like, what's going on here? Turkey's like, we breaking bread with everybody, bro. And I'm expecting to see more things.
Yo, real quick. I just heard some leaked audio from when Turkey Al-Sheikh had walked up to Eddie Hearn and Shakur, and he had asked Eddie Hearn. He was like, "Yo, did y'all talk about what I was saying?" And he was like, "Yeah, he's ready." And Shakur was like, "Yeah, man, I'm ready too," and all this other shit, bro. Don't be surprised within the next few days that Shakur locking a deal with Eddie Hearn and Turkey Al-Sheikh, bro.
It's already done.
Nah, for real.
He announced that yesterday in the ring. I don't even know if you realize he caught that. He announced that the deal was done. That was funny. But the other fighters that was there that we didn't see, one Keyshawn and
Emiliano Vargas.
Yeah, they got into it. Yeah.
We got Teofimo that was there calling out Terrence Crawford, still saying he look old right now and I'll take him out. So we have tons of fighters that was in that building. Yeah, I just thank you for that. Look, I said, yo, Teal needs to stay off the acid, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, we are seeing people show out for PBC. I mean, for Turkey Al-Sheikh in the Riyadh seasons. People are because they all want a part of this. They see what it is, bro. That was I was telling Clay, I said, bro, this was like Rocky IV with the MTV Awards and the Super Bowl all round up in one.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Absolutely.
No doubt. So moving on the needle. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was just saying I respect what Turkey doing, and he seems demanding. It's almost like he got this look in his face, like, "Hey man, I'm gonna give you this offer. You have to take this offer, or there will be consequences."
Yeah.
Hey man, he look like he mean business. Yeah.
Canelo's a smart man. He'll take the deal. I was like,
I ain't offering you nothing.
I know if I was Canelo, I'd have been like, "Yo, did this dude just threaten me?"
Hey, nah, for real.
What happened? What he just
Me?
Who talking to right now? We're not
Nah, for real.
How you said that? Like,
For real.
Rewind that back and listen to that a little more clearly. That was a different. His voice changed, the temperature changed. I don't know. Anyway,
Right.
He said, "If he ain't stupid, he'll take this deal." Anyway,
for real.
You might think about taking that deal, brother. Shout out to
You heard what I said. You heard what I said.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep doing this with you, bro. You really
for real.
You really. I'm gonna keep on doing this with you, bro. But so I mean, obviously we got the main event. We talked about Isak Cruz, and we talked about, you know what I'm saying, Ryan Garcia. I mean, excuse me, I said Ryan Garcia, Robert Garcia. Being one of those coaches he's pushing out a lot of talent. I mean, he's going right back into the lab. He's coming out next week with Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is probably biggest fight of his career right now, biggest defining fight of his career at 154 against Serhiy Bohachuk for a title eliminator to get himself in. The winner of that fight has the mandatory to fight Terrence Crawford, who just beat Madrimov, man. Got to give props to Robert Garcia, though. I wanted to celebrate him tonight and give him his respect, man, because he's doing such good work over there, pushing out Bam Bam Rodriguez, pushing out. Now we got another rival, Venezuela. He's got Virgil Ortiz, and he's got a bunch of other little fighters, right? Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? We can go into his stable. He's really pushing out some quality product out of his gym right now. He's definitely up in there for the conversation for Coach of the Year, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, he's almost there. Like, he's in that conversation right next to Bozy, who's doing crazy work over there as well. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get into the main event, guys. I'm not going to even hold you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to get into the main event. You know what I mean? Terrence Crawford wins a so-called close decision. Now, well, first of all, how do you guys feel about this whole close decision thing that's going around here? Because I agree that this fight was very competitive, without a doubt. But was this a close decision? Did he just make it out and get a victory on the other side of? Could this fight have gone either way?
No, that's what Chris Mannix wanted you to believe. But that's not what it is.
Right.
100%.
So
100%. Mm-hmm.
So look, just real quick. I know I might get shot in the face for this, but just so yeah, that was kind of crazy. Shot in the face was crazy, but hey, now for real.
I ain't gonna lie, that was crazy. That was real.
That was crazy work. So, but look, here's the thing, bro. I'm thinking back to my show last night. I'm watching the fight, punch for punch, round for round. I kept finding myself saying, "Oh, good shit down the middle, Madrimov. Good looping right hand, Madrimov. Good body shot, Madrimov. Oh, okay, nice jab, TC. Good shot, TC. Oh, goddamn, Madrimov. Okay. Hey, man, I didn't have Crawford winning that fight, bro. I did not have Crawford winning that fight. This is why. Before y'all pull y'all pistols out, this is why. If I got a fighter, a pistol, a gun, before you pull your gun out,
I don't know.
None of that.
Right. We gonna pause that. We gonna pause that. So look, before y'all make judgment, right? Yeah, I mean,
before we react to it.
Yeah. Before you react, that's better. All right. So look. If any one of us got a fighter in the ring, right, and our fighter is going out there, pat, shots, pat, and then his opponent comes in and gets off a 3-4 combo. You know what I'm saying? He throw like 3-4 combinations. A lot of them might miss. Some of them might land. But after that combination, your fighter goes right back to doing what he was doing. Pat, and then the round is over. Who won that round?
Man,
Let's just keep it real.
I'm gonna say like this, right?
Wow.
Right.
Judges, I always separate judges and say judges have their own personal bias as to what they like to see in the ring, right?
Right.
And what I mean by that is you got some judges who like to see that aggression, right? They like to see you walking the fighter down. That makes a difference to them. They feel like you're controlling the ring, you're controlling the fight, and they tend to, go with you on the scorecard. Then you got the judges who make the difference between quality and quantity, right? So they'll say those punches that he did were quantity wise checking the boxes, but the quality wise punches, the other guy was checking the boxes. So he might go in that direction. This was a fight. Depends on what you valued in the fight. If you were counting punches, right? If you were counting punches, then you might lean maybe a little bit more towards Madrimov. I don't know, right? If you were counting control, you might be leaning toward Terrence Crawford. Me personally, I thought Terrence Crawford won the fight pretty hands down for me. I saw Madrimov without a doubt giving issues to Terrence, giving problems for Terrence to figure out and dissect. But I feel like Terrence was properly dissecting the problems. He was getting through the issues and finding opportunities to land some real clean shots in there. But Madrimov as well was up in there being competitive. I'm in agreement with the unanimous decision, but the cards were still close. 115, 113 was very fair. I thought 7 rounds of 5 was very fair. A competitive fight. Some people take a unanimous decision as not competitive. Oh, it was a unanimous decision. No, it was a unanimous decision fight that was very competitive. You know what I'm saying? But on the scorecards, I did give Terrence Crawford the majority round. I know some people made it 8-4, 9-3. I've heard people saying those type of scores. I know Eddie Hearn had his issues. He felt like, it was a Terrence Crawford show, that the judges were there to be biased and support Terrence Crawford. I thought he won the fight. But look, man, it was one of those fights that was so competitive, like you just said. I was doing the same thing. When I was watching the fight, I was doing a lot of Madrimov, straight right again by Madrimov. Oh, crazy. Oh, man, what a check hook on him. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? But I was also seeing Terrence Crawford do some work as well. It was one of those fights, man. But it was a close decision, but it was a unanimous decision. Still, I agree with the unanimous decision. I don't know if that answered any question that you were asking about.
So I'm gonna answer your question. So I'm actually going to say yes. I think it does go to the person that usually connects with the more punches. But here's where I see the difference. I think Madrimov he started too late. In my opinion, I think he started after the second round. And once he got started, it's those middle rounds to the 10th round, I had it even. I actually had it 5-5. I think Bud separated himself in the last 2 rounds in that fight to give him the victory, which was the 115-113 that I seen and I had. And I think that's where the difference was in that fight. And I think that's where I can agree with the results. If it would have been a majority decision or a split decision of any kind, I could have lived with that. It's not like I would have been like, okay, well, let me not believe that can happen. It was a really close fight. It went the way it went. Clay made an excellent point. Just because it's unanimous doesn't mean it wasn't a close fight. It was a great fight. Matter of fact, it's so great. Bud and Madrimov even met up today and was like, yo, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Because he knows, like, you know what I mean? Now he's acclimated to the weight. Now he knows what to expect. Now he said the guy was strong. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, this guy's strong. I ain't expecting power. You know what I mean? I ain't want to sleep on some of these this guy, because I was doing things and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that because I did it and I paid for it. Bud's a smart man for understanding that. We have to look at the situation of Bud. I'm not going to say his age. A lot of people are saying his age. The reason why I'm not going to say his age, I think it does play a part, but I think as fighters get older, they move up in weight. And as they move up in weight, they fight at a different tempo, and it changes anyway. You know what I mean? Because they get sluggish, they get, you know what I mean? They get more weight on them. So a lot of people said that the weight was a problem. I mean, the age was a problem. I don't think so. I mean, that comes with growing up, getting older anyway, right? You're going to lose a step every year. That's what age is. It's undefeated. But I also think when you move up in weight, you're going into a class of fighters where you should be able to absorb more. And as well, I mean, I don't see him going to 160. I think this is his plateau. Let me state that also. I think this is Bud's plateau. I don't think he can do anymore. I think he lost a little bit on his punch because he was hitting Madrimov with some nice shots, and I think a few of them stunned him. Definitely, I think the 8th round definitely stunned him, but it was a really Rachel salute. But yeah, it was definitely a fight that I definitely gave to Bud, and I thought it was really close. Like when I say really close, I think those last 2 rounds separated the fight.
I definitely respect that. You know what I mean? Just man, my bad, bro. You was gonna say something over there,
Mark.
Mark. You was gonna say something. My bad, bro.
No, I wasn't saying nothing. No, we good. Okay. No, we here. We here. I'm listening.
Okay. So for me, what I saw was a lot of Terrence Crawford not being able to figure out his rhythm, not able to disrupt his rhythm, and not able to. It just seemed like Madrimov had an answer for everything Crawford was doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. What I do really want to go back and watch is the first round, the very first round, because the first round was so much of a fill-out round that maybe Crawford might have won that round just off like a couple of punches that he might have landed. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too serious, nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just do the activity. You understand what I'm saying? I just think that Crawford looks super confused. They both look scared of each other at the same time. Crawford didn't want to go in there every time Crawford came in there, because the body work was the key. But he couldn't find his way in all the time because every time he leaped in, Madrimov would raise his left hand just a little bit and pop him with F. And Crawford would bag back. You know what I'm saying? Crawford would bag up. Hold on. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were kind of coming out.
My bad. Hold on, y'all.
Pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Damn. Yeah.
That was a crazy pause.
Oh, my bad. It's my
That's the pause.
Okay, here we go.
Philly niggas, man.
He was coming out the
He never let us slide.
Hold on, say it again. My bad. I couldn't hear y'all.
He wilded. All right, I gotta mute myself. That was crazy.
Now, what I said, that
was me.
Clay said you was coming out the back. That mean?
Yeah, I said you. Yeah.
Nah, that was crazy. Coming out the back is crazy. Yeah, but now, but look. My thing was more of like when Crawford would dive in, Madrimov would raise his left hand and pop him with a sneaky jab, or he'll pop him with a sneaky right. It's like Crawford couldn't figure him out, bro. The whole fight, I feel like he turned it up in that last round the most, but I just felt like he was behind by that time, bro. Like I don't know, bro. Like I'm gonna go rewatch it when I really get time. But I just, oh man, bro, just remembering how my live went last night. I kept saying, damn, Bud is getting hit with everything. He was missing a lot. Bud missed a lot of shots out there, bro. He wasn't accurate at all, bro. He wasn't sharp. He came out the locker room. All he had was grease on his face. He didn't look like he was warmed up or nothing, bro. Pause. He looked dry. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like from the moment he stepped out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, goddamn. Like what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So it's just the movement and the awkwardness of Madrid. And don't think that I'm a Bud hater because I voted for Bud to win this fight, bro. I was going for Bud, but I just felt like he didn't win that fight, bro. I just for him to come up there and beat the champion, I don't think he did enough, bro. Not in my eyes, bro. You know what I mean? Not in my eyes. Not to beat the champion, bro.
Eddie Hearn was definitely saying that he felt like, to beat the champion, you want to dominate, you want to, take the belt from him, right?
Right.
Like, man, look, man. At the end of the day, man, the fight was competitive, man.
Absolutely.
Madrimov really did a good job. Like you said, the way the feints were crazy. He was feinting Bud until, like, I think at some points he feinted Bud into like being still to a degree. Like Bud was like, I don't know if I should even throw a shot. You could see Bud trying to figure this dude out and trying to get this dude, and it gets complicated because sometimes what happens is, from my point of view, is that's when it starts to look crazy when a counterpuncher is trying to counterpunch a counterpuncher. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they both standing their ground and standing firm in their position in what this is what I'm doing in this fight. Nah, that's what I'm doing. The hell you ain't, man. I'm the counterpuncher. Nah, bro, I ain't doing that. I'm the counterpuncher this fight. And I think they expected Ismail Madrimov to come in a little bit more offensive, try to really weight bully Bud a little bit, try to take advantage of the Bud coming up to 154. And, shout out to that camp over there on the Madrimov side, because they really respected Bud. They respected what he brought to the table, and they just wasn't going to fight him like he wasn't Bud. And the fight just became more competitive. Right when that happened, Bud understood, like, this is going to be one of those hard fights because math is going to take its place in here. I'm going to have to take some chances and get offensive. He might counterpunch me back, which he was doing, but at the same time, I'm going to have to find a way to get this dude to be offensive as well. You know what I mean? Put him down on rounds and try to motivate him in, listen, you need these rounds. Start making some moves and start taking some chances. It was a close fight, man. It was a fight that if they're going to do a rematch, listen, I'm with it. I think Madrimov can beat Terrence, and I'm a Terrence Bud fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Bud Crawford fan. I think Madrimov could beat him. You know what I'm saying? I know Bud can beat him clearly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see them in a rematch where they both felt each other out in a certain degree, where I would expect Bud to get a little bit more. He probably take more chances and start to understand who he's fighting a little more. Maybe Madrimov also testing Bud's strength and, okay, he hit me. I felt that. I know what it feels like to get hit by him now. Maybe he'll take more chances now in the rematch. But a very competitive fight, man. Hard to argue one way or the other. Like I said, me personally, I had a 7-5. You know what I mean? 7-5 for Bud. We just got to see, man.
Yeah.
So there's a question for you, Bing. Big Sarge said, ask you, since you like the way that the Crawford and Madrimov fight went, how did you like the Devin Haney versus Loma fight? Like, who do you think won that?
When I first watched Devin Haney versus Loma, I said Devin Haney won 7-5, right? And then I went back and I rewatched the fight again. I said the fight was even further apart than that. Then my nigga Young Billionaire Boxing came over to my house because he was arguing with me. And I said, well, let's watch the fight. So after the first round, we put it at half speed. We was going in slow motion. We counted the connect. Hey, man, listen, man. Lomachenko only had like 2 or 3 dominant rounds in that whole fight. Devin Haney won. He won that fight, bro. Hands down, bro. Hands down. I argue with people for months after that fight. And everybody that came and watched that fight with me, I wasn't trying to sway nobody's decision or nothing like that. I slowed it down just a little bit. And we took the time out to watch the fight. Lomachenko did not win that fight, bro. He did not win that fight, bro. At all.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I see where I'm sorry, my bad. What's up, Edwin?
Salute, Edwin. Salute, round one, sports boxing.
Yeah, so I see the same thing, especially that 10th round where that judge gave him that 10th round. Everybody thought that was the round that Loma won. I actually went back and watched that round in slow motion, and Devin dominated that round. Loma got a couple of shots off that made it look like he won that round. But when you look at like connection rates, like that, even the skewed, what was it? Those boxing count numbers of
copy box. Yeah,
they were skewed crazy. I was
absolutely.
Like, I said, yo, this is not really what it looked like. And I watched it, and I actually went on channels before I debated it, got harassed about it. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's over a year ago. It was a question they brought up because they wanted to see how you took it, your take was on that compared to this fight being a close fight as well.
Oh, they trying to see if I know boxing. I respect it. I respect it.
That's pretty much what they did.
Shout out Big Sarge. Is that what it was? You wanted to see if you knew boxing, or you just wanted to see
if I was biased or something like that? I think that's what it was. If I was biased, but because you got to remember, I was going for Crawford. I was going for David Morrell last night. I don't think he won. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think David. Man, I don't think David Morrell won that fight, bro. Respectfully. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I don't think he won, bro. I don't think he did enough to win that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, gentlemen, before we move on to that David Morrell, I just thank me for. I want to thank you for welcome me to the panel and stuff and inviting me to the show. First of all, I wanted to touch up on that Terrence Crawford and Ismail Madrimov. Yesterday, that was one of the most technically competitive chess matches I've witnessed in a long time, with two skilled fighters and the intelligence of both men. Stay with me. Terrence Crawford, when the first round started and I saw Ismail Madrimov, you have to understand that he's dealing with the best pound for pound best fighter in the world. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, Terrence Crawford has never seen in the square circle. Leading into that fight, he saw every other fighter go before him that year, the Shakur Stevensons, the Tanks, and everything. And he gave his view on everybody else. Now his night came, and it was his time to perform. I got to admit that if you just want to see a fight, you might have missed out on what's really going on in that ring. Terrence Crawford was testing Ismail Madrimov's intelligence. He couldn't find the angles to get in. Why? Because what my man said, Ismail was real smart. He kept flicking that shot over and he was quick on the trigger. Terrence was kept doing feints and he was trying to find his way in. But you have to understand what was at stake last night. It's not the type of fight where you're going to go in there and start taking chances as this part of your career. What we saw was a highly skilled boxing match. And Ismail Madrimov has to get credit, because if he can do that and hold Terrence Crawford at a stalemate, it speaks to his ring IQ and his intelligence as a fighter. Then kudos to Terrence Crawford for acknowledging as a fighter what he needed to do. In order to show dominance, he had to bite down on the mouthpiece and take real chances. When's the last time you guys have ever seen Terrence Crawford with a shiner? Where's the last fight you've seen him with his face busted up? He took chances, and he knew that, wait a minute, this is the type of fight I'm going to have to do. Kudos to him for in the 11th and 12th round, bringing it to him. And he started to really break down Ismail Madrimov. He started to find his timing, and he started to find his range. Now, Ismail Madrimov put up a way better fight, but the real hardcore fight fans knew who he was and what kind of background he had, over 300 amateur fights. That man has also seen everything in front of him. So as far as the fight goes, listen, spectacular performance by Terrence Bud Crawford. He also needs to get credit for not allowing Ismail to shut him down. Now, when we speak about beating the champion, now, since I don't have a horse in the race and I'm just here to cover and give my insight in boxing, I can honestly say that Ismail had his moments in the fight, but Terrence Crawford was definitely controlling the action in the fight. Ismail Madrimov started trying to, he had his moments. He did win his rounds. But for the most part, Terrence Crawford showed last night why he is the man he is. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you put any other champion in that ring with Ismail last night, they lose. And this goes to speak that this brings the best out of your dancing partner. Had it not been for Terrence Crawford's name, would Ismail been this prepared for this kind of opponent? It goes to show you need good dancing partners. I saw Vasily and Shakur go at it and have a couple words. Didn't look like Vasily was scared last night. You see? So we're going to get these fights and we're going to break down these things. But I'm telling you right now, what I witnessed was a masterclass performance by Mr. Bud Terrence Crawford. Thank you, gentlemen.
Salute.
Salute.
No doubt, man. Round one, a box talk, man, sports talk, man. Shout out to the panel. I love my panels because I think I got the illest dudes in the game. The only person I'm missing from this panel right now that would make it is Greg Hackett. I don't know.
Yeah, me and Greg going live later.
Okay, that dude is a beast. He's a beast, man. He's an animal. But look, at the end of the day, I completely understand what you're saying, Edwin. I agree with you 100% on that, especially with the dancing partners. And shout out to your little line about Lomachenko, because boy, all of a sudden he got in the mood to fight, right? All of a sudden he found that dancing partner. When he saw the dancing partner, he got real motivated last night, man. All of a sudden he was ready to go right then and there. He said, "Let's go, man. Let's not waste another minute. Let's not waste another minute, man. Who got some girls, man?"
I like that. I like that. I think this is what boxing needs. I love the humble Pacquiao, Lomachenkos, and all those humble dudes. I also love the shit talking from Rolly and all that. We need all that in the game. Now, since Lomachenko was saying I don't feel like it with this Tank fight, I think this was the rightful order for me. I think Shakur was supposed to get the Lomachenko fight first before Tank Davis. I wanted to see that fight first because it's been in the making for a longer time, and they was on the same side of the so-called street. You know what I'm saying? But what Shakur did to Lomachenko last night, whatever he did to piss him off, that's what we need. Now we can get the fight. I'm all for, like, you know, a fighter going, like a fighter that's chasing a certain fighter. Like let's just take David Benavidez versus Canelo. I want to see David Benavidez go to a Canelo press conference and throw water on him. Just throw a glass, like fuck it, bro. Like, what you gonna do, bro? Like we need to have this fight, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We need a little bit of disrespect in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
here's where the problem was with that one. When Canelo was telling him to get in the ring, and he was too busy being inebriated, he sat there in that chair. He should have jumped in that ring that night in that Canelo fight in the McGear fight. When he was sitting there calling him, he should have jumped in, but he couldn't get out the chair and walk over people because he was too inebriated. He couldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he fucked up.
Right. That was his opportunity. That was the perfect opportunity for him.
And he was fucking up opportunities. Yeah,
you want in the ring right now? Get in the ring.
Right.
Calling them out. Everybody seen that. So that's why I said at the end of the day, that's not. I think sometimes they say it's cap. I think sometimes those things are true. I think that did Benavidez really want that fight? Or if he did want the fight, why didn't he make the opportunity when it counted?
Well, we got to remember this. We don't actually know. We really don't actually know if Canelo told them don't let nobody in this ring or not. Because you know he is the man. They do what he say. And then you also got to remember, bro, David Benavidez has legitimately been chasing the Canelo fight since he became champion at 68. But when he lost it the first time, he has been consistently chasing Canelo. Canelo waited for that man to lose his belt and petitioned to fight Avni Yildirim, bro.
Right.
He petitioned to fight Avni Yildirim.
Let me give you a
Yeah, you feel me? So it's like I think Boots should have jumped in the ring with Terrence Crawford last night.
Nah, I don't think.
Why not? We want to see that. You wouldn't want
chasing that fight though. He's not. If he was chasing a fight, it's different.
Probably.
Can I shed some light on there, gentlemen?
Just touch on that one thing. Let me just finish what I was gonna say real quick. So, what he was saying is, so here's where it is. Here's the gem that I would have dropped. Though that Canelo said, don't come in my ring. Guess who hates Canelo? Who co-promoted that fight and says, I run the show. Get in the ring because I want to see this bum beat and I want to see you get in his face, Oscar De La Hoya. So I don't think Canelo had as much clout as he thought in that fight because I think if he really wanted him in the ring, Oscar would have said, let him in. So,
right.
We got to measure those options, but that's just a gem.
Okay.
Right.
The thing with Terrence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis, that's a super fight, and I would love to see that fight. But the reality of their situation, they're two different places in their career. Jaron Boots Ennis has never even fought for like $2 million, not even close. And Terrence Crawford is making mega fights. Jaron Boots Ennis, once upon a time, is where Terrence Crawford was. He has to do Terrence Crawford shit. He just wants a free ride to the top by tugging on Superman's coat. And Superman acknowledges this. Terrence Crawford saying, son, I would love to give you your fight, but I'm actually here in my career. You're down here. Now, even though you're then revered as the next phenom, Wait for your time. Your time will come. I soon would exit, and you'll be the next American superstar for us. Now, a lot of people want to rush it along and quickly take us to take out each other. Because I've talked about this on my podcast, and I said, what beats a Black American fighter? Another Black American fighter. And it seems like they have no problem having us attack each other. When we spoke about this, when 2 Ukrainian fighters come on and Loma says, I don't want to fight my countrymen. Oh, it's cool. When Canelo says, I want to fight it's cool. But when we don't want to take out each other, we're savages. We attack each other. So I respect the fact that at some point we got to go after them. And this opportunity, the opportunity you're talking about, David the Monster Benavidez, that's a prime example of him dropping the ball. He had his moment. The stage was set, and he was too busy enjoying other things. And that's what cost him the belt in the first place. And let's remind ourselves why we're in this predicament. Had David the Monster Benavidez did not indulge in recreational drug use, cocaine's a hell of a drug, right? He wouldn't have lost his belt on the scale. And then Canelo picks it up and plays keep away. Because nobody.
That's trash to me, dog. That's trash to me, bro. I don't mean to interrupt you. That's trash to me, bro.
Hey,
that's trash.
I didn't say what the moral thing was. I said what happened.
Right.
Well, let me just. I'm gonna let Bangs respond to that. Let me just shout out Bud Jablonski. Shout out for the $4.90. Is that a euro? Oh, I'm gonna need some euro money.
Oh, that's $10. Hey, that's $10.
Bud Jablonski, you know what I'm saying?
That's $10.
Little King Crawford took his first belt last night. He didn't do enough to take the belt away from the champ. Hey, man, we all got, listen, man, it's perspective, man. I'm down to see the rematch, man. I already done told you I think he won, but I definitely respect the perspective on it, Bud Jablonski. Thank you. Thank you for contributing. Go ahead, man.
Bud took a picture with him and he was telling him, yeah, I'll give you the rematch. And Madrimov was outside. It was a beautiful thing watching them, and I've shared this with other guys coming up in the gym. I said, let me tell you something. The sport is so pure that you can actually go inside of a ring with a man, punch each other's brains in, and then go out to dinner later. And you'll respect that man a lot more. He's gained my respect. I know that and everything. And what my man was bringing up a point that part of this is entertainment. We've talked about this, but there's a fine line between trash talking and people start taking it to babies, moms, and kids. That stuff you shouldn't be talking about. Let's keep it. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna knock you out when I see you. It's on. I respect that trash talking. I can deal with that. Keep it, right in there. But the sport is truly an art. And it is truly like I've met a lot of great warriors in my time, and there is no other way of final respect that I've given another man that once he shares that square circle with me.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So real quick, I gotta get off. I got a question. I just want to piggyback off of what you said about Crawford saying that Boots is not at that point in his career yet. When Floyd fought Canelo only had Austin Trout on his resume. He only had Austin Trout on his resume, and he gave him a chance. Not only that, the Turkey Sheik dude wants that fight with Bud and Boots. I believe, this is just me, I could be crazy. I believe that Crawford would get more money for Boots than I really believe that. Like how we had to, like a lot of people. My bad. What happened? I'm sorry.
You broke up. Say it again. Whatever you said, say it again. You broke up because you said more money than with Boots than he would with who? Because you were breaking up.
With Madrimov. Am I still breaking up?
Okay. No, you good.
Okay. Yeah. I believe with Madrimov. I believe with the Sheik dude actually wanting the Boots versus Crawford fight. Crawford is gonna get paid more for a Boots fight than he did with a Madrimov, because Madrimov don't bring to the table in this country what Boots will bring to the table. He just sold out that Philadelphia arena, bro. People are asking and clamoring for this fight. So here's the thing. If he was to fight a Boots at 154, because we got to go to wherever Terrence Crawford at. Crawford is the man. The ball is in his court. I believe that over a rematch with Madrimov, a Boots fight, revenue as far as like live gate and pay-per-view buys, and it'll also bring in more money for Crawford. Matters if Boots is a $2-3 million fighter yet or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of those people that Turkey Sheik putting on those cards ain't even $3 million fighters. But I bet they getting paid 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million. It don't matter what they gonna pay Boots as long as Crawford get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure with him being an ambassador, he's going to get exactly what he wants and more. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to piggyback off of that, bro, because it's if it's time to pass the torch. Floyd gave people opportunity. He gave Canelo opportunity. Canelo lost in the worst way and became a star. Tank gave Pitbull an opportunity. Pitbull went out there and showed his ass. He lost, but he lost in a better effort than Canelo did, and Pitbull rightfully so became a star. It's like I feel like that's moving the goalpost. If we gonna start saying Boots ain't done enough and he out here selling out arenas that ain't never been sold out for a boxing match before, bro, I think we should give that man a chance, bro. You on your way out the door.
Okay.
You on your way out the door.
Well, Edwin, before you respond, hold on, Edwin. Let me just highlight what this guy just said right here. Shout out to Boxing Talk up north. I thought this was a good statement right here. He said Boots is talking about 147. If he went up to get that IVF strap at 54, Crawford would have to fight Boots. And the reason why I think that's a significant statement is I've been saying for a while, and this is also going to my co-host, who me and him have been speaking about this for a while, saying that, look, Boots don't really want that fight that bad. And I'm not saying it in a way where he want to duck Crawford or anything like that. No, it's not about that. It's just that Boots and Bozy on a different mission. They want to do the work at 147. But the reality is, and I would say this to all Boots fans, and I'm a fan of Boots, if you guys really want Boots to fight Terrence Crawford, then there has to be a campaign by the fans to tell Boots, listen, you need to get in the way. You got to get in this conversation, bro. We can't just come grab you from 147. You need to come to 154. You need to fight a Virgil Ortiz, fight a Tim Zhu, fight a Serhii Bahacek, fight one of these dudes, some sort of title eliminator. Get a belt, get in the conversation, get in the way, right? Get in the way, and then Bud is gonna deal with you accordingly. I think what Bud is saying about Boots is not that he don't want to fight Boots, it's that I need him to bring something to me as well. I know what I bring to Boots. I bring Boots what you're talking about, the notoriety, I'm the pound. I need him to bring me something. Bring me a belt. Bring me something that helps me in what I want to do as well, bro. This ain't just about you. Help me out. Not money is part of it as well. But give me money. But if you really want this fight, move like you want this fight. Get in the way. Get at 154. Knock out Errol Spence. Knock out Virgil Ortiz. Go beat somebody up. Get in the conversation. Get a belt because I want to become undisputed. You go get a belt. Now we both got something to give each other in the fight. I got a belt to gain. You got a belt to gain as well off me. We both heading in the same direction. But as far as me derailing what I have planned for myself in my last 3-4 fights that I have planned in my career, derailing that to go back and give you some attention, I ain't doing that for you, bro. You feel me? And it might sound selfish, but you get to a point in your career where selfish is okay. Selfish is all right. Like, I've done the work. I'm a 2-time undisputed champion, 4 weight class champion. I have the right to do some stuff that I want to get done. So, Boots, you want to get the fight? Boots fans, y'all want him to get the fight? Ask Boots to show a little bit more motivation. Move up to 154. Make a power move. But I have a feeling that if you present Boots with that situation, he's going to say, I ain't studying that fight like y'all think I am. I'm trying to unify 147 and become an undisputed champion down here. If Bud really wants to fight me, that's what Boots has said. If Bud really wants to fight me, tell him to send me the contract. And Bud is like, I don't care about fighting you, bro. Like, they the ones bothering me. I'm not going to say. It kind of gets switched up to a degree, right? It's like, hold up, bro. I don't want to fight you. I don't care about fighting you. I keep hearing you want to fight me. So if you want to fight me, here's the path to getting it done. Bring something to the table that makes sense to me so that when I get it done, it aligns with what I want to get done as well. Not just me derailing my energy, derailing what I want to get done for my career to come do you a favor. You know what I mean?
Right. I can dig that, and I respect that. Hey man, look, my bad, bro. But look, okay, go ahead.
Question. Let me ask you a question. You asked me a question, and I've been wanting to answer it. Right? Okay.
No problem.
First of all, right, when we're speaking of a player like Prince Alashi, he's a game changer. Whatever he wants with that money, I'm pretty sure he can buy. Okay, he can buy himself a Jerron Bruce Ennis, a Terrence Crawford fight, and I don't doubt that. Now, if you were asking me on a competitor stage where we were viewing it, Jerron Bruce Ennis hasn't earned that kind of fight against this kind of fighter. Now, when you're in the situation, just like my man Claymore said, Terrence Crawford, he's a shot caller. He's calling his next shot. His next fight was for legacy at 154. He's not going down trying to defend the titles at 147. He's already going up chasing his fourth weight division. Jerron Boots Ennis wasn't in the plan. Claymore said another interesting point with that if Jerron Boots Ennis wants to make himself available, then go to 154 and hijack one of those belts. You'll get in Terrence Crawford's way because now you have something he wants. Right now, he's concentrating on two things: unifying or that super fight with Canelo. If you're not one of those two things, brother, I have already lived your career. I got 40-something fights. You do you. On my way out, I don't want to be the American that beats the next American superstar. Son, why don't you calm down? I don't want to take your O. When I walk out, you're the next hot rod. Why do I have to defeat you on the way out? Why can't you let somebody else try to beat you?
I can dig it.
Terrence Crawford went around punishing other nations. That's all he does on his resume. The only time he fought us is when it was demanded, the Sean Porter and the Errol Spence Jr. because he had the 3 belts. But everybody else, look at his resume. He stays true to the game, and he's trying to give our young boys heads up. Who else? What other champion lends a hand to other active fighters? Shakur Stevenson and other people but we're such in a sport that we're macho. We don't want a helping hand, right? But meanwhile, Terrence Crawford has been trying to show these young boys, don't go to that party. Keep your ass in the gym. Stay focused. Stay the course. That's why he is the man he is today. And I understand why Jerron Boots Ennis would love to share the square circle with a man like that and prove himself against a champion like that. But unfortunately, Crawford is a mature champion, and he sees what the young Eagle's trying to do. And he's like, calm down, baby. You'll get your chance to shine. I'm 1 or 2, 3 fights out of the game, and it's all yours. Don't make me defeat you on my way out.
That's the one way to look at it for sure, Edwin. Yo, shout out to Karma Serena. I don't know anybody in the panel feels like answering this or making sense of it. I can answer it too, but anybody on this panel can answer it or have an opinion on it. She said, "What did Madrimov do to earn his shot against Terrence Crawford?
When with a record so low like that, he proved that he beat out every other opponent and he won the championship fight."
I'm on mute. That's why y'all can't hear me. I was trying to talk for like 20 minutes.
Oh shit!
We heard you the whole time, Ray. We was like, "Man, go ahead, bro. Anybody got it?" I hear him. Talk louder. Talk louder.
Yeah, right. Oh, yo, y'all hear me now? Okay. Yeah, word. You can hear me now? Great.
Absolutely.
I don't know if anybody wants to. Edwin answered that question. I don't know if you want to tap into Karma's question.
I was definitely going to do that. Yes. So I was going to touch on that, but I wanted to respond to the gentleman, both gentlemen on the panel. So what I want to say.
Wait, hold on. Before you respond, because I want to get this off the screen.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody want to respond to this? Yeah.
I'll touch this first. All right. So what did he do? It's not what he did. It's what Bud did. Bud moved up. Bud moved up into the division where he was offered to fight. It wasn't Madrimov that was not the champion. He was a champion. Bud went up to fight a champion. If I'm not mistaken, that's the status that he got as a champion. You know what I mean? So he earned the fight due to winning a championship fight, like Clay just said. If you want to get in the way of Bud, go get a belt. And he had a belt, and that's what got him that fight. So he earned it that way. As far as anybody else that gets a belt, now he's in line for the WBC interim title. He's also in line for the
No, he's in line for the WBC actual title.
I'm sorry. That's what I mean. No, he has an interim, right?
No, he has the
you're saying the
WTA. He has the
WBO. You're talking about the WBO.
No. They gave him. I know, but last night they gave him a WBC belt. I thought that was
No, that was the Sheik. The Sheik's trophy
Yeah,
belt.
that was a trophy belt. Charlo still, I think Charlo's still champion for WBC in recess.
No.
He a champion in recess, right?
He's not the interim.
One of them belts. He champion in recess for one of them belts. But go ahead. My bad.
So I'm gonna add to it, and just to say for clarity that that Sebastian Fundora is a WBC champion, and that Sergey Bohachuk is the actual interim. Right. He's the interim WBC champion.
So Bud won the title eliminator. That's what I want to say. Mm-hmm. So he won the title eliminator last night.
Yes.
So that puts him in line for a championship fight for the WBC. It also gives him the interim belt for the WBO, which he'll probably receive as that fight takes place because they're going to probably strip Fundora of the WBO. So he's already moving. Yeah, because they went up to try to fight, and he put a stipulation in saying that he wanted that fight, and they declined.
They already gave him the belt last night.
No, they gave him the interim belt.
Yeah, he has an interim belt. Sebastian Fundora officially loses that fight. If he fights Errol Spence, that's when he loses that WBO.
Dirty these belt organizations. Something else.
Right. So those things and they had granted that fight. They had pushed that fight. So that actually was a fight that was supposed to happen first, but he took the other opportunity. So that's why we said not what Madrimov did to earn the fight, besides winning a title. What Bud did to earn a fight, because actually Bud was moving a different direction and ended up taking that fight because they thought it was a better fight Turkey did, which is either way, it's a great opportunity because he got more opportunities out of one fight than he would have getting that fight with Fundora.
And shouts out to Madrimov for accepting the fight. He didn't have to take that fight against Bud Crawford. Right. He said, "Bring it on. Right. I'll take it."
Right. Anyone else want to tap on that before I move back to the other
I don't know if Bang want to tap. Bang, you want to tap?
No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
What I was saying about the whole boot situation and Bud is that I don't even think people really understand. Once Boots moves to 154, he's going to be in the same situation as Crawford. He's not going to have the fighters that are going to be ducking him, running from him. They're going to be fighters. They're going to sit there in the ring and they're going to hit him. That slickness that he has can get caught and can get shut down. Now, the difference between I think Crawford and Boots is that Boots is younger. Boots can still go up in weight. So I don't know how his power moves up to 154 as Bud's power, I think, like I said, plateaued. So when we see Boots moves up, is he still going to be dominant? I don't think the slickness that he has, I think he'll have to, like he said, he wants to dig in his bag and he wants to box. He doesn't want to be that guy that's an entertainer. He doesn't want to be the slick fighter. He wants to be a boxer. And he's waiting for the right challenge. I think he moves to 154, that happens. And that goes with any of the fighters. I don't think it's just Bud. See, we just only see him do this because he's fighting at 154 and he has the advantages and the speed and the power over all these guys. And he just feels comfortable because he can take the shots, from all the other fighters. When he moves to 154, those shots get tougher. Those fighters are stronger and they're more durable. So when that happens, it changes the whole element of the game. That's what we were missing about that fight. So even moving up to 154 to fight Bud is still a challenge for Boots. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
Absolutely. 54 full of murderers, killers, drug dealers, and thieves.
Life is
for real, boy.
One percenters on their jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real. for real, man.
Listen, I think Boots. I respect what they're doing over there so much, but it does drive me a little crazy. Any opportunity I get to speak on it, I always say the same thing. I think Boots. Listen, man, I'm a big fan of Boots. I think he's doing us a crazy disservice not going to 154. Like I think 154 is beyond the Terrence Crawford. It is. He has so many big fights up there waiting on him. Big bags of money waiting on him to fight Virgil Ortiz, get that Mexican, fight that Mexican fan base, to fight Serhi, to fight Tim Tszyu, to fight Brian Mendoza, Terrence Crawford. I mean Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Sebastian Fundora. God forbid
Ramirez
jumps out. Jose Ramirez, you know what I'm saying? Not Jose Ramirez, Ramos.
Ramos, that's what I'm thinking about, Ramos. Yeah.
Jesus Ramos. So many big fights. Even Erickson Lubinson. Salute to Erickson.
Absolutely.
Big fights. Big fights up there that are waiting.
You know what happened with Jerome Boots Ennis? I'm gonna bring you guys back a little bit, right? He was on a streak, right? And his promotional company, he had like a contract with them. They were supposed to give him like 3 or 4 fights a year. They ended up only meeting up like 2 fights. Then his promotional guy died, and his wife took over the business. Right.
Yeah,
So she didn't want to let him out his contract. So he was at a stalemate for like a year, going back and forth in court.
And then Showtime went out of business. That hurt him.
Yeah. So he had a lot of like bad luck and a lot of situations where he could have showcased his talent. And there was a lot of money he left on the table because of all this misfortune.
Right.
And perhaps you see, in our mind, we've known that Jerome Boots Ennis has been in the game long enough that we feel he deserves his opportunity. But because of his pauses, he wasn't able to put in the kind of work that merit the opportunity. So now he's going to have to go out and get it. He's going to chase it down at 154. Now, if he really wants it, he's going to have to interrupt the train and put himself in position. That's where I believe Jerome Boots Ennis is, and it's up to him. I'm not Jerome Boots Ennis, but I do believe it that he has the skills to pull it off. If I had to pick a man to do it, I think he could do it.
I can dig it. Hey man, listen. Mr. Claymore. Mr. Claymore. If you was from Houston, we'll call you Claymore. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, listen, man. Everybody on this panel, bro. Hey man, I appreciate the love, bro. I love what y'all doing. Y'all niggas are well spoken. I use the word nigga, I cuss. You know what I'm saying? I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Like
about that from here. Be free.
Right. But y'all well spoken, bro. Y'all know y'all boxing, bro. And I respect your channel, bro. I appreciate you for coming on my channel and showing me love, bro. I gotta reciprocate it, bro. I love it all, bro. It's no arguing. We don't agree on everything, but we respected each other's opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I love that, bro. These boxing on the internet, them boxing streets, bro. Them boxing streets are how you catching flights looking for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, these people get so disrespectful over somebody who they never met, probably never got an autograph from, never been to, and they ready to fight somebody across the country for somebody that they never met. I'm not into that. I speak my opinion, and I listen to everybody else's, and we can agree to disagree. Y'all do that very well over here, bro, and I love and support your channel, my God. For real.
I appreciate you showing up, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, yeah, man. Hey, man, y'all tap in, man. The fighting words with Bang, man.
Yeah,
put it
in the chat.
My God.
Right now.
I put it in the chat.
I put it
right now. I got him right here.
Appreciate that, man. For real, man. I do lives with Greg Hackett. You know what I'm saying? Greg Hackett, that's my bro. You know what I'm saying? So, man, y'all stay tuned, man, and I will be tuned into y'all, man. For real. Salute.
Sure. Tell Greg I said what up. He don't know me, but tell him I said what up anyway.
I got you, baby. I got you. That's a bit.
All right,
y'all
bro.
Be good, man. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute the fighting word with Bangs again. Give him a round of applause. Salute. Come on now, man. Come on. Let's do the fighting word with Bangs. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate him coming up here. Let's continue on this build, man. Let's continue on this build because I do have some questions. I definitely do got some questions for the panel, for the chat room, for all you guys, you know what I'm saying? So we can tap into this and say, like, all right, this fight was a very competitive fight with Terrence and Madrimov, right? But at the end of the day, Ismail Madrimov showed a lot last night, you know what I mean? And we asked this question. Outside of Terrence Crawford, and I'll be honest with you, we can even slip Boots into this conversation and say Boots really wants to make a statement. Come fight Madrimov, you know what I'm saying? Come to him. He ain't got a title right now. He's a fighter who gave Terrence Crawford a lot of issues. It was a very competitive fight. You know what I mean? You already knocked out David Avanesian, who Terrence knocked out. Fight another dude that Terrence fought and show the world why, you know what I mean, we should see you and Terrence in the ring. But that being said, like I wrote on here, is Ismail Madrimov the biggest threat at 154 pounds? He loses a razor close bout, being on the end of losing a razor close bout with the pound for pound best in the world. Is he the truth at 154? Is he the most difficult fighter to deal with at 154 pounds right now?
Well, I don't think he's the most difficult. For me, I think Sebastian Fundora is the most difficult. Once Sebastian Fundora really starts to settle and learn how to fight lengthy and stops fighting in the inside like he has been his last 2 fights, and he understands his advantages as a fighter, he's going to be a hard puzzle to figure out. And I think with the more, I mean, it's up to him to get this kind of training and understand himself as a fighter. But I think Sebastian Fundora at any given night could present at that range, at that length. He could keep, he could stay long if he wants to. He could fight on the inside well. And it's just, you're not so used to what messed up Tank against Isa Pitbull Cruz is that Isa Pitbull Cruz was shorter than him. You see, he's not used to fighting anybody shorter. So he kept hitting him on the top of the head, and he actually broke both hands. But one was working more than the other, so he fought him with one. And that's what broke his hands. At that height, they've never even sparred with a guy 6'6". At their height. Just to find guys to get sparring partners to imitate them, it's got to be hard. And then I just think that, him. What do you think, Ray?
I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I don't think Fundora stays at 154 long. I think after this fight, or maybe the next fight afterwards, he moves up. I think he's bound for 168 to 175. I think he'll be a better light heavyweight. He has the frame for it, and I think that's where he's going to really campaign. He's young now in the boxing game. I think he's going to take, whether he wins, loses, or gets another title, or whatever the case may be, because eventually I think he's going to take an L. He might even lose to Earl or Bud, whoever he fights next. Watching the Tim Tszyu fight, besides the headbutt, I think one of those two guys can beat him. I think he moves up. I think he can dominate once he puts on size. I think with his frame, I think he could dominate. I think he'll learn to use the jab as he moves up too, because those punches get harder. He don't want to be in close quarters. So then I think he utilizes that, and I think that creates a more balanced boxer out of him. And I think he can actually go down as one of the all-time great light heavyweight fighters of all time.
Wow, that's a whole lot of pressure for Sebastian Fundora. But I do agree with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I think 154 is boiling up into the most heated, stacked division in the game right now. It's almost there, and I'm telling you, the missing pieces. One of the missing pieces is definitely Boots. Boots is a missing piece to that division right now to really turn that division into a damn a bomb about to explode. I don't know if Sebastian Fundora want to deal with that energy right now. I think he want to get out the way. He might want to get out the way, bro.
Well, let's keep this in mind, right? That bomb you're talking about. There's a gentleman out there called the Charlo Twin, and he might just slide right back up in here too. And the room might get a little bit more interesting.
That's one of the two pieces. I was going to tell you the two pieces was Boots and Jamel Charlo.
And then if we really get Arrow to lock down and we see him back in the ring and we officially got him back, now everything's gotten, because I can't really officially stamp him just yet, but the room is getting crowded, and there's a lot of great warriors right now at 154, and we got more to come, and the young prospects trying to turn into contenders. So as you can see, as time's starting to move on, I remember not even just so long ago, we were at the 135 weight division where it was hot, where we had the Tank Davis, we had the Devin Haney's, we had the Ryan Garcias and the Lomas, and then it went from there to 140. From 140, now we're at 147. Now everybody's jumping on 154. Now, you know what I'm saying? And time is progressing, and you could see everybody moving along, and it's exciting. As far as your question goes, who's the best 154 pounder right now? I mean, besides Madrimov, who would we like to see fight? If we can't get the Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence Jr., damn it, put Errol Spence against Madrimov.
Kill Earl.
Man, listen, Earl, I don't think Earl want to deal with that.
I don't think Earl ready for that right now.
Thank you for your honest feedback.
I'm an Earl fan. I don't think he's ready for that right now. I mean, if you would say Charlo against him, Charlo, I think maybe Brian Castano against him, maybe you know what I mean.
Yeah,
maybe,
a more active fighter, right? A more active fighter. At least don't feed him to the wolves like that. Don't put him in the sharp water.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Madrimov is
how
a
the fuck did the shark turn into a guppy? How the hell did the shark turn into a guppy? How?
Listen, he got to get it together. Like he just got to get it together.
He does. I love Errol. I love Errol in a lot of ways. And man,
Madrimov is a blender, bro. Like you throw somebody up in there, you risk getting blended up, bro. He's a real problem. He's a real problem, man. Right. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you like this. This fight with Terrence made him even better. That experience he just got with Terrence.
Two guys coming off 2 losses, Madrimov and Tim Tszyu.
Oh, you forgot about one. 3 guys.
Yeah, but that. What about that fight? You like that one?
Those 2 guys?
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I want to see that. I would love to see that. But I thought you were saying 2 guys in general, like to build up that say that those are those guys that came off of losses that look good. As Clay was saying, I thought you were touching that. Like McGee is one of those guys too. They won for losses, for losing. We had another fighter.
I think Madrimov might be a little bit too strong for Munguia. I think that Tim Tszyu has that crafty style.
That's not what I mean. No,
you think about Mendoza,
you think of Mendoza.
Yeah, you're not gonna put them together.
I'm saying
Jaime Munguia is up at 168.
Yeah, he's 168.
He's gonna be
yeah. I'm sorry, what did I say about Munguia?
What I'm saying is,
you meant the other way around.
Frank Martin, right?
Yes,
Munguia too strong for Madrimov.
Right, Frank Martin's another guy. I'm just talking about fighters in general. They graduated to the next level.
Yeah,
by
Edwin, what he's talking about, he's talking about fighters who benefited from their losses, who become better fighters. The experience leveled them up. You know what I mean? Yes. I'm saying like Frank Martin probably leveled up after the Tank Davis fight. He's probably become a better fighter. Jaime Munguia, from his loss with Canelo Alvarez, has probably become a better fighter from that experience. And obviously Madrimov taking a loss to Terrence Crawford, I'm sure Madrimov is also become better.
To a better fighter, yes.
I talked about that with Stephen Kubo Fulton when he went up against Naoya Inoue and he suffered his first loss. I said he could walk away from that a real learning experience, coming into that fight when you've never taken a loss and you're an undisputed champion and you haven't been in or shared the ring with a man like that. When you see something like that firsthand, it could be shocking. Some people can fall into obscurity and it could destroy them as a fighter, and they don't get confidence. But the real ones learn from it, and they say to themselves, unless you come in this ring like Naoya in a way, well, then I already seen that. You know what I'm saying? I know how to deal with it, and it also tells them that's where I need to get. I've seen a fighter get there. I know it's possible. Now I need to raise my level. So you could take Jaime Munguia, saw Canelo Alvarez, and he definitely said to himself, I will need to get better. And, a lot of these guys, they can get better from losses. Yes.
We about to shut it down, though. I ain't going to lie to you. My headsets are dying. You know what I mean? I'm not working off my normal set right here. That's my cue. You know what I mean? It's just a So, look, I want to salute to you guys. Thank you for hopping up on the panel as usual. Round One Sports Talk. Y'all go ahead and make sure y'all subscribe to him as well.
Thank you for joining. Sending me out a shout out on my channel today. I saw you joined there when I was having the interview with Rivera.
Oh yeah, I was having a good time, man. Building. I was in the background trying to get the chat lived up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, thanks a lot, my man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate Fighting Words with Banks for coming up on the channel today, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow him as well. Salute to my co-host. Salute to Here for Boxing, who's like our ground guy in BMO in Los Angeles, giving us all those videos of what's going on at the fight, man. I appreciate all the love. Shout out to the super chats in the building that showed love. J Pitt City, Andrew Charles, Boxing Talk up north, and I got my European connection, Bud Jablonski, who hooked me up with the pounds. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, I'm getting pounds out here. You know what I'm saying? Respect to everybody, man. Love to everybody. You know how we carry it. Monday night, tomorrow night, we start the campaign for the week. It's Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that we go up live. Usually around this time. Look out for the notifications. I appreciate you guys. Ray, do you want to say anything? Or no, I'm sorry, Edwin, do you want to say anything to shut it out as well?
And drop the link.
Thank you for everyone that's tuning in, joining the live stream. Please don't forget to smash that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. To my man Claymore and my brother Ray for bringing you the latest in the topics in the boxing news. We're signing out tonight. And me and Claymore, watch the channel.
Yeah.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Swatting all blood like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous.